Yes. All right, we're on. Hi everybody. Thank you for coming for today's the fifth episode of Good. I almost call my show Good Mythical Morning. What the heck? Galaxy Tea Time. Welcome. Today the topic is mostly about relationship. It's relationship with self, relationship with others, friends, lovers, whatever you have. And with me, I have the true beauty, the Paladin. Welcome, Paladin Shadows. Feel free to introduce yourself. That's it. You don't want to talk about what you stream and stuff. Okay, sure. So, how are you feeling today, by the way? Is this your first ever podcast or something? That's interesting. Oh, oh, is it? On yours? Oh, you cannot hear. Wait, but I already. Oh, panic. Time to panic. But I already set this to be. Wait a minute. But on the Discord audio, it. Wait. The panics. Wait. Let me. How nice. They start with a fart while I'm figuring this out. Wait. Let me. Wait. This is my first technical problem with this one, so yes. Discord. Oh yeah, that one is fine. That one is good. Wait a minute. For some reason. Oh, is it because I'm not in the same page as yours? What the heck? OBS.
No, OBS.
Wait, you know what? I'll disconnect and connect the call again and we'll see.
Oh, memento.
Okay, I'm in. OBS. Why are you doing this to me today of all days? I'm embarrassed. It's Paladin time, man.
Okay, I'm back.
Wait, let me try. I'm panicking.
Okay, so you can hear. Can you guys hear? We can hear them now. So yeah, they can hear me.
But I don't think. Okay, can you hear Paladin now? Say something, Paladin. Say hamalamalam.
Blah.
Can you can you hear us now? Can hear it now? Dang it! I should put a timing on the chat.
I heard hamanim. Okay, they can hear me.
Okay, Flip. So, you hear who's hamanamana? Is it the Paladin's hamanamana or is it my hamanamana? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool. I should probably increase the decibels as well, so everyone can hear you. Even better.
Lisa.
Yeah. Okay. Right. All right. Yeah. Once again, welcome to the Galaxy Tea Time. This is episode 5. We are talking about deep enigma. We are talking about deep relationship stuff today. As I don't know. Y'all don't know, but I'm married and Paladin's in a long-term relationship. But today it's not only about romance; it's about friendship and about relationship itself too. So welcome, Paladin. I think you should introduce yourself again, because just in case people didn't hear you earlier.
Man. Okay. Well, hello. I am Paladin Shadows. I'm the pretty lady in armor,
Yeah.
and I am honored to be here along with this little alien, which is nice.
Yeah. Wait, while you're doing that, they cannot hear the fart. Then, too bad, man. I mean, I did have it set up. I'm sorry. Let me. Yeah, it should be playing, man. Flip. Can you hear that? Did you hear that? Huh? Yeah, this is the Twitch life. The Twitch lifestyle.
Mm,
If it's not
Are
cough,
you?
you don't hear it? Then maybe
Oof,
it's not meant to be, man.
it's not meant to be.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, no wonder y'all don't hear it. Okay. Another test. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about it.
Oh, well.
Michael?
Is it
Well.
working now? I want to get this out of the way before we start. All right, yeah, because I dabble with the setting yesterday and I guess it went wonky for a little, but yeah,
You
we are ready. All right,
gotta save that.
we are Alien and Paladin. You're the only humanity source here, Paladin. So yeah, I'm looking forward to learn a lot from you today.
I'm only half human.
It's okay, at least you have a human in you. I don't have any.
This is true.
I'm trying to be one.
Okay, I'll teach you the ways.
Yeah,
I
show me
taught a
the ways.
demon to, yes, I taught a demon to, uh, what's that called? Humanity.
Yes.
Yes.
I shall follow your way, Paladin. Maybe
Uh,
one day I'll borrow your armor too, or maybe your sword. Hmm.
don't worry, I have plenty of armor.
Yay! All right, shall we go straight to the first question?
Yes.
Question is, what is the best advice? Oh, we start easy. We start like you don't need to answer this in a relationship sense yet, but if you will, share with us the best advice you have ever received that has impacted your life the most.
So this stuck with me for a while. Um, and it's something is that you know how flowers grow,
Mm-hmm.
pick it, and they die and they wither.
Ah,
If you simply love that flower, don't pick it, and then you just admire it from a distance. Watch it grow into something beautiful from a measly little sprout into the beautiful flower it grows into. And that's how most of my garden quotes come from,
oh,
where I teach people to admire their own beauty because they are supposed to grow into something beautiful, magnificent.
that's actually nice.
Yeah. And there's this other one from an actor,
Mm-hmm.
uh, where he said, if what you love the most, let it go. If it's meant to be, they will come back. If it's not to me meant to be, oh well, you move on.
Mm. I feel like those two quotes are kind of related, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wee.
But
Right.
more of a flower.
Yeah, I should have heard those before, but I know I have difficulty with that. Like, letting go in general. Yeah, some people who know me personally know that well.
I know it's a hard thing to do, but it gives you that gratification
True.
later on.
Yeah, something that I need to learn. It also like require patience and like, you know, just let life flows on its course, I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah. I guess the best advice that I've ever received, it's something along to that line, but more like, one of my first self-help book, the first one that I read was Mark Manson's Subtle Arts of Not Giving a Fuck.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's something like that. Like he also like teaches the concept of letting go, but in a way it's like,
Mhm.
instead of trying to think about everything, just give a fuck about things that it's actually matters.
Mhm.
Uh, because yeah, life is short. We have limited amount of fucks to give, so give a fuck on like things that are nice and good and like beneficial for us. And like some people, there are people who actually give too much fuck that they get emotional and they look like a toddler or something. He always say like, yeah, it's like you're a dog that shit on the carpet and stuff like that. Yeah, he's kind of harsh, but
That's a mental picture I'm gonna write down, you know?
I know, right? But yeah, so we start with the energy of letting go, let
Mhm.
life
Yep.
flows with its course,
Mhm.
and yeah, you'll be happier, I guess. I hope the music's not too loud, by the way, but yeah, I'm reducing it as we
Ignore
say. As we speak. Yeah, we let it go. We let the music go.
Yes. Go with the flow, because the more you go upstream, the more you struggle.
Yeah. All right, shall we move on then with this energy? Like
Yeah.
viewers, feel free to like take a deep breath and let go and just chill. I bet like it's evening for most of our viewers anyway. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, next question. How do you become more comfortable in social situations?
Um, so you just need to take breath. Just take a deep breath. For me, I for to be comfortable in a social situation, but say that now and notice there's no music on your thing.
It is ours failed at letting go, man. He failed. It's okay. I increased it a little bit. I hope it's not too much. I'm afraid that it's drowned out. I need to hear the paladin's voice, okay? We all need to hear it,
So
okay?
why? It's not that great.
That's a point like
It's just
that's
it's just
the
there.
that's the whole point of why you are here today, Paladin. Now just speak your truth.
Speak my truth.
Yes.
I'll bless thee. Give you divine favors. You know all that. Um. So how do you become more comfortable in social oh my god, situations
Yeah.
as a tongue twister. Um, so how I do it, I get the mental picture like, okay, how am I gonna win this? And usually with me and my mental capacity of things, I strategize and it's like, okay, how is this person gonna act if I say this? And usually you're like, oh, okay, break it off with something small, like with, a joke. Like for example, do you know how much a polar bear weighs?
Nope. What? How much?
Enough to make break the ice. Hi, my name is Shadows.
Oh my gosh. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Truth to be told, right? If I'm streaming
Uh-huh.
and I say that, I
Mhm.
can say that. But if I'm in real life and I'm meeting, let's say, a new person, a new coworker or new friend, I don't think I'll be able to
Mhm.
do that.
I can.
Gosh.
So the thing is that I have to so growing up
Mm-hmm.
with with everything being the firstborn, I had to present myself to the socialites.
Oh.
So I have to be standing up straight, proud, come from a great bloodline. It's just like, oh, okay. Well, then if I'm just standing there, minding my own business, I have a gravitational pull with people. They just come to me and be like, hey, how are you? I'm like, oh, hi. What's your name? And then it goes off there, and then we find mutual grounds like Magic the Gathering, because most people will know about it, or Pokemon, something small and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But then it goes from there.
Oh. Well, I'm the youngest in my family. So yeah. I feel like personally, what makes me feel uncomfortable in social situation in the first place is that yeah, maybe it's an upbringing thing. I worry that I do something dumb and stuff. Like I worry that like in the contrary of your confidence, I have this unconfident, non-confidence going on. Like yeah. So for me, I think it's a quote, or is it a saying, or it's a pretty common thing. Like they say, like uh, that psychology test where basically people, uh, basically the result is that people don't care about you as much as you think they do. So
Yes.
like, yeah, if you embarrass yourself and stuff, it's not affecting it as much as you think it will.
Mm.
That's what helps me.
And
But yeah.
and the funny thing is, I have social anxiety.
Oh gosh. So is it
And
like
the thing is,
mhm,
so I have to mask it. So
yeah. So you're
it's
masking
just
it.
like, so I look like this, powerful, intimidated woman. And in the background, like, you know how a Naruto or Sakura has her inner stuff?
Mm-hmm.
You know how she has that, inner one is like, "Yeah!
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah!"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's me with the social anxiety. It's like, "Oh god, what's this? Who's this? What do they want?"
Oh.
But yeah, I had to deal with it a lot with, cosplaying too when I went to conventions
Oh.
because I used to cosplay, Overwatch characters.
Wow. Isn't it difficult to make the costume, by the way?
Um it's easy, especially when you get, schematics to make the costume,
Oh.
and having a huge fabric shop it's great, especially with the Yan Han, collection of fabrics.
Mm. Nice.
Great.
The last time I cosplay, I bought from AliExpress. So.
Yeah, and Etsy's got good, cosplay selection too. You just gotta
Yeah.
know what your sizes are in centimeters.
Dang.
Oh, hi, Missy.
So yeah. It's either well, everyone has anxieties for sure. Yeah, I think that will help too. Like the fact that some people who look confident have things in their mind too. So you're not alone if you feel uncomfortable in social situation.
Mhm.
Everyone probably feels the same. I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah, and just be friendly, be nice, and like yeah, remember even if you embarrass yourself,
Mhm.
unless I don't know, unless you poop in your pants, I don't think people remember it as much. So yes,
I think I would remember someone shitting their pants.
yeah, that's why. As long as you don't poop your pants, it's gonna be fine.
Yes.
This comment is sponsored by socially anxious people.
Raid Shadow Legends. That's what we're sponsored by. Do you like if you have anxiety and can't play with someone, you can always play solo and Raid Shadow Legends.
Shit. I wish we really get sponsored by them, but okay. I haven't even played
Yeah.
it before though, so like, hmm. All right. The
But
next question is piling up. Like it's another level of the previous question. Basically, how to build confidence and more of an attitude in general. I'm just wondering, how do some people build confidence in themselves and their actions? Ever since I remember, I question most of the things I do and how I do. I tend to take opinions about me from the people in my daily life with great relevance to who I am. And the few times I'm feeling confident, it's short, lasting, and easily undermined either by someone else's comments, in brackets, usually someone I appreciate or am close to, or my own failure at something. Dang, I chose this because I feel this hard. Help us, Paladin!
to build confidence and attitude.
Yeah, and like not let our confidence waver just because people, sometimes people have opinions about us and like we can accept it, but we can also choose not to project it within ourselves. But I tend to be like, oh, that person say this, then I must really suck then, or something like that.
You know what I gotta say to people that say, uh, I don't know, shit.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know a word for it. Um, but yeah, it's with gossip, that's fine. It's just banter. You shouldn't really care about what they say unless it's true. But anyway, but if it's not true, just let them be. Because as soon as you go down, like actually react to them, then you're going down to their level, which you should never do.
Mm.
Because they're only doing it to get your attention. They want you to be in the same boat as them. Um,
Mm.
but to build a confidence, you just gotta love yourself. You like you can go in the mirror like, I'm beautiful, you know, I'm great. Someone loves me.
Oh, affirmation, yeah.
Yeah. That's all matters is the validation because you have a loving husband, you have a house, you have pets, you're healthy. Like who can take that from you? You know what I mean?
Mm.
You can you're the only person that can have someone take stuff from you. Don't let them. Be true to yourself and they will come.
Okay.
But for the attitude,
Mm-hmm.
um, oh gosh. So I've been on the internet for years now,
Mm-hmm.
and that does build some character or an attitude, especially a smart ass attitude. Oh god. But yeah, as once as uh as once as you I'm trying to find the word for it so people can relate to it.
Take your time.
Um as once people stop giving a shit about what others think, that's when you will start building your attitude. And depending on who's around you, like as friends, family, your enemies, they will all contribute to your attitude.
Oh.
Once you find a great group of friends, your attitude will blossom.
True, true, true. I feel like, and to add on top of that, I feel like I talk about this thing with my usually close friends or like with my husband and stuff. I would
Mhm.
say my problem in terms of this is that uh mm, is that basically, it's like I know myself enough, but at the same time I don't. So maybe I don't accept my weakness and stuff. Like maybe I have some kind of projected expectation that people should always be perfect and good, and if they mess up they're not good enough. So when people actually give me a feedback that is on the negative side, I tend to, you know, I tend to be like, oh no, and feel down and stuff like that.
Just take it as a grain of salt. Like, okay, um, just like, okay, what can I improve on that? And usually it's small. And you got friends that are like, oh yeah, you can just do this and you'd be great. And once you do it, you're like, oh, this is nice.
Oh, but I guess, yeah, like you said, sometimes who we get along with will build our attitude and our mindset, etc. Right? So I think part of what will help someone build confidence is by like surrounding themselves with people who are actually, there to know. Like,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I don't know about your culture, but in mine, it's like, how older people try to give an input, but it's not really helpful, but they think,
Mm-hmm.
or like it's just plain mean, but they think they're actually helping and stuff like that. And actually, that affects me growing up. But then once I surround myself with people who are like, when they give me feedback, even if it's negative, they know that, they're doing it for my sake. Like, we know that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the non constructive criticism exactly got it. I would say those kind of thing, especially as we grow up. When we were younger, we think that the world is that small and like our parents are always right and stuff. And then,
Oh,
yeah, we might like bring whatever criticism they gave us as we grow up, no? So I feel like filtering that out with like better friends, better company will help to build confidence and
mm-hmm.
attitude, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking for validation now. I'm like, give me validation.
Yes. As long as you surround yourself with good energy, you should
Mm-hmm.
be fine.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the advice of an elder is not the greatest,
Mm.
but there is some wisdom to it. So you just gotta take it, you know, with
Yeah.
a grain of salt.
Yep. Like a grain of salt. If you put too much, it's just gonna be sucky. Is that what you're trying to
Hmm.
say?
Yes.
Yes.
Just don't put too much salt in your mouth.
Yeah. Anyway, in the post also the OP also mentioned how like when he or she is feeling confident, it's short lasting and easily undermined. The word undermine really bothers me here. So I'm hoping
Hmm.
that OP has people who actually undermine them in real life. I would say, yeah, surround yourself with better people if possible.
Hmm.
Oh, and
Yes.
right, it's another thing that I'm trying to practice recently. Like how if you're used to seeing yourself in a negative way, sometimes the affirmation don't work. So even if people compliment you, you'll be like, nah, meh, you know. Uh, so what I do is that if my friends compliment me, I try to like internalize it. I'll just agree to it first. Like whether or not I believe it, it's a later problem. Okay, I just agree with it. And the more I say yes, the more I agree, the more I say yes, thank you very much. Actually, it's easier for me to like get out of my insecurity. It's a weird trick, but
Hmm.
it works, people. Like, I believe that, well, I don't want to think too much on whether or not they're sincerely saying it or they're trying to, like, I don't know, suck up to me or whatever. Doesn't matter. As long as it's positive, just accept it. And, like, my brain path starts swerving from insecurity to like more to a more secure path, I would say. So yeah. Do you have something like that, Shadows?
Um, not necessarily. Sure, I have insecurities and everything, but I tend to keep them pushed down.
And that's why Shadows is wearing an armor.
Yeah, to protect me and you from urban violence.
I know, urban violence, that's too true.
Mhm.
But yeah, there are many methods for us to like, either we filter the words out, either we push it down and we focus on things that actually matter, or we try to like accept affirmation from others if you cannot give it to yourself yet. Because I did have like a affirmation journal in the past. And
Mhm.
it get repetitive and stuff. And like at the time, I was still living back in my home planet. And like to be very honest, it wasn't that great. The environment there, especially for emotional well being. So yeah, what's the point of me saying I'm great and stuff, and then I get told that I suck, and then the next day I write it again, and then I get told again that I suck, something like that. So yeah, environment plays, accepting compliment plays, pushing it down and focusing on the good plays too. Choose your
Mhm.
fighter, people.
Yes. Choose your poison.
Choose your poison. Shall we go to the next?
Yes.
I need to get okay. This is like I don't know. I'm thinking that you might like this. And we do talk outside of this podcast, right? And you know that I'm kind of weak when it comes to breaking up with friends and stuff. Like I know that I tend to be like, I will stick with the good times, okay? Like even if they treat me terribly, I'll still just do it. I'll just take it cuz like, that's what friends do, right? I know it's wrong, but that's what I do. And I think this is related to that, so let me read. I need to get a friend out of my life, but don't know how. Yes. Basically, I've been friends with my friend who I will call Kate since the middle of last year. Oh, that's actually pretty short. She moved
Mhm.
schools at the end of the year because she had issues with tons of people at my school and always got in arguments. We became friends because she sat with my friends in English, maths, and science, and she was very funny. I was aware she had very few friends at my school because she got into a lot of falling outs, but I thought she was alright. Ever since she moved school, she's always begging me to hang out, but I'm not one to hang out with people other than seeing them in school. I only hang out with people if I'm super duper close to them. I had to keep making excuses to her, but eventually I just agreed to hang out with her because I didn't want to be pestered anymore. Relatable. This part, very relatable. When I hung out with her, she stole from multiple stores, which made me really
Ooh.
anxious because stealing is super against my morals. She also asked me a personal question about my boyfriend and I's intimacy. We are all teenagers and I'm asexual, by the way. After coming back from hanging out with her, I felt so upset and disgusted because of what she did and what she asked me. I've wanted to drop her for a while now, but I have her on most social media platforms. And if I don't reply to her messages on one app, she messages me on another asking to reply. And if I avoid her unintentionally, she spam calls me demanding me to stop ghosting her. How can I drop her without getting harassed or anything? The way I felt after being with her was the worst I've felt in a long time. Damn.
Mhm. Okay. So, in that kind of situation, it's not gonna be good whatsoever. Cause, cause you can continue ghosting her until she backs off and gets the hints. But most times these people are persistent. They will either text you, call you, get burner phones and call you, or,
Gosh.
Skype or ask their friend to be like, "Hey, can you let me borrow your phone and call them after you block them," and stuff like that. It depends on the person, but this Kate, um, it can go either 2 ways, but you can either go and talk to her, like, in a neutral grounds, like a coffee shop or a public setting. Be like, "Hey, this is how I feel about you, and it's not good. This is not a good friendship what we have, and it's not it's not working out with us. That's they can take it either way. It could be like, "Oh, I didn't know that you felt that way." Or 2, they can go ballistic, be enraged, cuss you out, throw stuff at you,
Ugh.
or just punch you.
Ah, this is funny because like if you read let's say relationship advice, like if you wanna break up with like some toxic girlfriend or boyfriend or like get a divorce and
Mm,
stuff, the first advice is also always like do it in a public place. So yeah, we've
yes.
established that this Kate is very toxic. Obviously, she stole and like it's like she cannot read the line. I would
Mm.
say, yeah.
Sometimes you have to throw a rock at them to make them understand, because they could be oblivious to what you're trying to tell them,
Mm.
but not a real rock. It's just that you have to be very blunt with them.
But yeah, repercussions can be scary though.
Yes, and sometimes a simple breaking up over the phone is a good thing for safety reasons, but, like I said, it can either go 2 ways. She can be persistent and be like, "Why? Why you ghosting me? Why you doing this? Why you" yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you talk to them, they can go, "Oh, okay," or "Meh, meh, 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 fuck you," and they get pissy, and they will understand later
Mm-hmm.
after they, subsided their rage.
Right.
Then they'll probably think about their actions like, "Oh, maybe this wasn't great because I just lost someone."
But in a way, I do feel like like in the beginning, apparently Kate, I was aware she had very few friends at my school because she got into a lot of falling outs. So I guess this is not the first time anyone is breaking up with this friend, right? And like,
Yeah.
yeah, uh,
Sometimes there could be some home issues that could be stemmed from that as well,
true.
like what could be upsetting her,
Yeah, and like
like
as a student, I feel like it's not their place to actually help Kate dig into that in a way.
mhm,
Uh, I do have this kind of experience before, like when I was in school.
mhm,
Like okay, so my high school was small. So we all were good friends. And then it's like it has a lot of like no one left behind kind of mindset.
uh-huh,
And I'm sorry if you can hear my dog barking. I feel like there are people delivering stuff, so my dog's gone
mhm.
crazy. But yeah.
"Oh,
Um
thank you, Padlock, for the raid. Welcome, guys."
yeah. Um so when I went to like college, which a class is bigger and stuff, but yeah, it's still a smaller college, so the class is bigger, yet not as big as what you would imagine on uni and stuff. So everyone's like close classmates and stuff. And there's this one guy who
Mhm.
are kind of ostracized from others for some reason. And like I don't know, it's bad to ostracize people, but if you go into a new environment and then there is this dynamic going on, 6 out of 10, there might be a legit reason, I would say. At least based on
Mhm.
my experience, that's what I learned. I know there are some people who are actually just awkward, and then people be like, oh, this person is not fun. So they don't hang with this person. But if they seem like they can talk, or if they seem like, I don't know, my classmate back then was quiet, but turns out he's some kind of an incel at the end. Long story short, yeah, he's
Mm.
an involuntary celibate, and he was kind of weird. So yeah, I had like some kind of trouble with those before.
Oh, no.
But yeah, for this one, if Kate seems like they're like okay, they seem okay on the outside, but people are like falling out with her, I feel like OP should have kinda, back it up a little.
Yeah, there's certainly red flags to it, especially if she knew about her, but you gotta give people a shot.
True. Sorry. My throat's killing me.
Go take a drink.
Took a sip.
Check.
Yeah, I would say yeah, it's better. Or maybe because like OP seems to have like a friend group, you know?
Mhm.
I think it's good to rely on your friends on this one as well. On
Even
this,
some
sorry.
even sometimes, if there are signs of that, like, okay, there's something's wrong. Like, why is she acting like this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you gotta take that deep dive talk. Most times they do let it out and like, oh, I understand now. Let's go get you some help.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sometimes they're too shut in themselves. You literally have sometimes you have to drag them out. Make sure they have fun. Like not everything is going to be bad.
True. And like maybe if breaking up with this friend is too soon, too harsh, or too scary, yeah, maybe start addressing the problems like, oh, why did you steal from stores, man, or like why did you ask
Mhm.
this, I don't want to answer it and stuff, and see how they react. And usually the more, in my case, the more they push my line, the easier it is for me to cut them off, you know what
Mhm.
I mean?
Oh shit!
So
Hype
yeah.
train.
Yeah, thank you, people.
Woo!
I want to type thank you, but I just say thank you, what a mood, thank you so much, people. I didn't expect it to happen today, so yeah. Talia, what's up?
Ooh,
Yeah, I try to not talk to chat today because we are on a deep discussion right here, but yeah, I failed. I'm so sorry.
but it's mood.
Yeah. Do you have anything more you wanna add? Some advice for OP against Kate, by the way.
Um. Oh, thank you for the follow. But anyway, I just God damn it, ADHD. Fuck. Oh shit. Oh my god. I got derailed. Um.
Oh,
Ooh. I got derailed hard.
it's okay. Take your time. Pace yourself.
Ugh. Okay. Okay. I'm drawing a blank.
Do you have any like experience in the past, like let's say from work, from school, that let's say you need to, especially at work, right? You need to get along with someone even if you don't like them, or like if you even if your values don't align with them.
So, one growing up, uh, I grew up in a harsh environment
Mm-hmm.
where the saying is "dog eats dog."
Mm.
Just if you have a problem with someone, usually you would uh duke it out, you know,
So it's
just
more
get
of
it out
a,
right there and then.
yeah, direct confrontation and stuff.
Yeah, usually you want to clash now instead of later. This is where it could just snowball into an avalanche, and it could be
True.
much, much worse.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd rather have people nip it in the butt before it can manifest into something grotesque, which is not going to be the easiest from my lifetime in my life experiences. It may be harsh, but it going to get better, especially when you confront a problem person.
Usually, when you mentioned that it can be hard, sometimes, usually, what makes it hard for you if you are okay with sharing?
Usually it's going to be hard. This is like, oh, we did have some good times, and I used to have D&D campaigns where my character gets put against another character that used to be a ally,
Mm,
all because of thinking corrupted by a talisman and summoning horrors and killing the rest of our party, which it led to me killing them. So it's gonna be hard to do, but sometimes it's a tough battle you have to go through,
in the
even
end,
with the emotional scars, you still come out a lighter and like it's done. I'm good, but you still have the emotional scars for it.
mhm. In a way, yeah, it's just part of growing up, isn't it? In general,
Hmm.
these kind of things.
Yes.
Even if it doesn't happen now, it will happen later in different forms and stuff. Even when it happened to me
Hmm.
before, I'm still confused now as I told before, like when things happen and stuff, I still get confused even though I've experienced it in different ways before. I would
Hmm.
say this also comes back to like how we treat ourselves, like
Yes.
the boundaries, the insecurities and stuff, how we take care of ourselves. Like if we take care of ourselves well and like put ourselves first whenever needed, usually it's easier to do things like this, isn't it? I would assume. Do you
Hmm.
think so?
Yes, because if you really think about it, you can have best friends, but who is going to really, take care of you other than yourself?
True.
You have yourself to rely on because there's going to be some times in life where it's just you,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't not understand how to take care of yourself, you're just going to end up getting wiped.
Yeah. Good thing they maybe it's a good thing that OP experienced it early in high school. My high school was so wholesome. So I went out of high school thinking everything is wholesome. And then, it wasn't super wholesome, but yeah. I wonder,
Okay.
I don't know, I'm reading too much into this, but I wonder if Kate spam calls OP when OP is not replying because deep inside Kate is scared of losing a friend as well. Because at the end, OP said that, oh yeah, I'm connected with her in social media and stuff. But, if I don't reply unintentionally, they gonna like pester me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wonder if, yeah, maybe it's true what you said just now that maybe they don't mean it. I hope they don't really mean it. But yeah,
Mhm.
for now, I just wish that OP found a way to like find comfort in themselves because I know how uncomfortable it is to like to put others, I would say, others' needs before you. Like if you put friendship first before your own comfort, that's the same as like putting others before you. So yeah.
Mhm. I know someone in your chat is like, "Oh man."
Yeah. Amen to that. Shall we move on to the next one?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you truly change the person you are or do you just manage? Oh, this one is also quite relatable. That's why I chose this.
Mhm.
Okay. I was speaking with my father over the phone the other night, talking about my mother who has frustrated me a lot lately with her anxious and nagging personality. OP is 26 and entirely self-sufficient now. I asked him, Dad, how do you deal with it? How do you tolerate her wanting to micromanage everything? He answered, well, you just have to let it go. It fits the theme today. Dun dun. Yeah, you just have to let it go, he said. She's always been that way and she's not going to change. You have to learn to work with or around it. I understand his response and I agree. The world is not going to change for you, so you have to adapt to it. But what has hung with me even more is that my mom is still the same person, at least the same personality and tendencies as when they married over 25 years ago. I'm sure some things have changed certainly, but it's intriguing to me to think that there are parts of us that never go away, and you just get better at managing those parts if you try. I have my father's temper. Sometimes I'm never physical, but I do go into rage occasionally. I've gotten better at managing it and using certain tools or methods to calm myself down, so I don't do much damage, but I don't see this part of me going away anytime soon. What do y'all think? Can you get rid of those parts of you that you hate the most? Or is there any tips can help me behave better? It's deep. Before,
Yeah.
if you don't mind me starting first, because I have like a lot of train of thoughts.
Yeah, go
Uh,
ahead.
I do have this kind of conversation with my father before. Because, yeah, my mom can be like naggy. She's a very anxious person and she projects it in every direction she can. She's the type of, I don't know if it matters, but she's the breadwinner, so she's kind of like the main decision maker in the house, I would say. And
Mm.
like, so what happened is that when she feels any negative feelings, the whole house could feel it. And like at first, yeah, as I grow up, of course, I thought, oh, that's it, that's the rule of the house. And then like I went out and stuff, and I realized that that's not how the rule of the house should be. Then I do learn about like enabling and stuff. Obviously, we
Mhm.
know all that. And yeah, at some point I did ask my dad as I think it's just like 3 years ago, I reached my 20s already and stuff. Yeah, and he said that, yeah, your mom is just like that, so we should just accept that. Because we cannot change people. Which is, in a way, that's the only thing we can do, no? Like to accept and like adapt. But at the same
Mhm.
time, I do kind of feel bad for my dad for like, you know, because he's the one who needs to deal with my mom the most, especially because I'm on Earth right now and stuff. And my sister also lives
Mhm.
far away, so yeah. Mm.
Oh, thank you guys for the raid. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome to the Shadows realm, the garden.
Yes.
I call
Welcome
calling it
to the
realm. Realm makes it so dark, but yeah,
Garden of Shadows.
Garden of Shadows. And yeah, I feel like it's a bit. I still do feel like it's a bit. How would I say, inconsiderate of my mom to not try to at least. I don't need her to change her personality, but I don't believe that she cannot tell that people around her are uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But
Sure,
mm-hmm,
people can manage to adapt to their surroundings. Just they're not gonna change overnight.
true.
It's it's something that will snowball.
Yeah. And in a way, at least in my family, right, I did end up like talking, like you said, direct confrontation. I tried talking to the person in charge, which is my mom, about that, like about how I feel this. Oh, it's ads is rolling. Hopefully, people are not on at jail, but yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I tried talking to her and like uh how her actions made me feel and stuff. And well, her response wasn't good, so I think it's not about that anymore. More on that for another day, but yeah.
Yeah.
And like my dad used to be someone who stand up for himself a lot, but at some point he softened down. So he does say that like, yeah, it's just she's always been like that and stuff.
Sometimes for a stubborn person, it takes a while and it takes a lot of energy to um dull them down to something of a standard. But sometimes people don't have that energy to do that, and they're like, you know what? Let's just keep it that way. It's simpler.
Yeah, to be honest, can relate to that. But it's like I do feel bad for my dad and I do feel bad for my mom as well because like I'm an anxious person too. Maybe I get it from her or something. But like, when I'm anxious, I don't feel good myself, I would say.
Mhm.
So, you know, my dog is doing it again. But yeah. Uh in a way, ideally it's better if we can somehow manage the anxiety and stuff. Cause I know they nag because they try to like release themselves from that anxiety, I would say.
Mhm.
So yeah, I sure hope that my mom will find a healthier way to release the anxiety instead of nagging and like, try to micromanage people, but yeah. Anyway, the main question of OP is more like, is it really true that we really have like this innate personality that we will never let go of? What do you think?
Uh, so it depends on you, really, because I understand it takes a lot for someone to change for the better, like,
Mm-hmm.
especially truly change, but there's people have high expectations for that person to change overnight or just mysteriously, like, "Oh, we're all better now." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like it's just an expectation for that to be like that, and it's like, "Oh, well, that's" I don't know if it's me or it's yourself. Oh, okay. My stream's acting weird.
Oh, you can you know,
Okay, I jumped a bunch of frames right there.
uh
But do I sound good right now?
yeah, through Discord you're fine.
Okay. What about chat? Do I sound good or
How do you feel about it? I think
because I dropped?
it should be fine. Like usually with mine, as long as your voice comes through on Discord, it should be fine. I
You
would
lost
say.
your audio?
Wait, let me ask my chat.
There we go. Okay.
Does it
It's back
work?
up. Yeah.
Should be
Yeah.
okay. I believe it should be okay.
Yeah, my internet dropped for a minute.
Ah, yeah, but the
So,
Discord worked fine. So yeah.
yeah. Um, Back to what I was saying. But people have in high expectations of people just changing
Mm-hmm.
drastically and very fast. It's just that it's not um um it's not the greatest way to think, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just gonna be a stressful mess. Like, hey, I need you to change right now. I'm gonna go take a nap, and I expect you to change into this person I want you to be when I wake up. Okay? Okay, cool. Because that's what some people have. But if you're a patient person and you are understandable to people, you're like, okay, take your time. I understand you going through these certain things. Just, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. And I know you can change. I know it's just going to take some time. But yeah, that's my take on it.
Mm. Let me see. I'm looking through the text for like something more. But okay. But what do you do if, let's say, you advise a friend or a family member that they can kind of try to change for the better, but they feel like, oh, it's okay because everyone else is okay. Like in my case, it's like that. Like too many people, I would say, in my family feel like it's easier to just give up on it. So we are basically enabling my mom to do whatever she wants, no? But yeah,
Well,
when I did ask for her to kind of like, can you try to reconsider this? She'd be like, nope. What do we do then, in your opinion?
especially when it's someone older, just let them be,
Uh
'cause, you can't really teach old dog new tricks.
huh.
I know it's harsh to say about your mom, but it's just gonna be very difficult. It's like taking care of a two-year-old. It's like they're just gonna say, "No, no,"
Yeah.
and s and throw a fit. It's just like, "You know what? You go tire yourself out, I'll be back." 'Cause the more you yell or argue, the more the fit's gonna be, and that they're gonna make it harder. And sometimes they can sabotage your family members against you as well,
Ah, true, yeah.
especially if it's someone older.
Hmm. Yeah, manipulation is a thing.
Mhm. So, yeah, it's just like, "You know what? You do you, I'll do me." It's just it's just like that.
Hmm. Dang.
Yeah,
If
'cause
you,
if you
yeah, sorry.
'cause if you bash your head against the wall thinking you're gonna break and it doesn't, just stop before you, emotional damage yourself.
Yeah, agree to that. Agree to that. I'm literally like taking notes right now for myself. Yeah. If you don't mind sharing, do you have any trait that, not necessarily positive, that you develop like growing up that you need to like put under control now?
Um, I think I have them all under control. I was a very angry person. I'm still am, but not as to the T as I was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just I was so goddamn angry as a child. It's like, ugh. But yeah, me getting because I'm like, okay, this is not good for myself because I was self-aware for being a child because I had to
Mm-hmm.
grow up way too fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, this is not good for me. And I need to be a better example for my little brother.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to be the example. Like, okay, I need to do this for them. Because you know, like how Homer Simpson has that do for her billboard
Yeah.
for a Maggie.
Yeah.
It's what you gotta do for yourself.
Dang. Indian so far the theme is like, people can do shit, people can do whatever they want, but in the end you go back to how things can help with yourself and stuff, which is a very,
Mhm,
for some people it's a very common knowledge, but yeah, sometimes it's easy, at least for me, to just, you know, get back to old habits because it's more comfortable.
mhm.
But
I
yeah.
think I think especially when you're dealing with parents, it depends on how much your parent values their relationship with you.
Ah,
They have to take steps to heal before approaching you, that is.
yeah, that plays a lot of part too.
Yeah, domestic damn dad. That's a good that's a good point, Dad. But yeah, sometimes parents are not the greatest, especially someone in your chat said,
Yeah,
a brick wall.
I know, right?
But yeah, from how it takes two to tango, you know?
I guess it's true. I would, s- I would,
Well,
I would say as well that, uh, sometimes the trait of ourselves that we hate, like we hate it because we inherit it somehow from our
mhm,
parents. Yeah, so it's like we don't like. Yeah, like I said, I have my mom's anxiety, and I can be micromanaging at times too. I would say. Uh, so like the question is, do you think we'll be able to like remove the trait? Like,
not remove it all the way. It will
mm-hmm.
still be there, just a small fraction. It's like getting rid of a cancer cell or cancer. It will always be there.
But yeah, we try to manage it, right?
Mhm. But yeah,
All right.
there's a lot to that.
I mean, uh, if you don't mind, I can we can dip into it, but for now, just you know, let's just stick with what makes you feel comfortable first, especially because it's your first time here.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, we I try as much as possible to keep this like uh a safe space, I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I also do need to be vulnerable here, so to be more vulnerable here compared to when I'm just playing games, obviously. But yeah,
Yeah, I know how you feel about that kind of stuff,
yeah,
and that's okay.
is
Dad
there
brought up
any?
a point.
Yep.
You have to be aware to build a habit of catching yourself and be a little self-critical about it.
Mm. Oh yeah, let's go. Self awareness.
Mhm.
That that actually gonna like bring you a long way. To be very honest, I mean, uh, catching it sucks. Really, like when I
Yeah.
catch myself doing things that I don't like myself doing, it sucks. And that's why, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I used to go to therapy to like process those things actually. But yeah, and like I guess I would say that at least in my experience, you know how I mentioned that yeah, my mom is anxious and she's nagging and she's micromanaging and stuff, and then when I tell her that it's making me uncomfortable, she cannot take it. Like she cannot take my input, I would say. So another thing that I need to work on is that, when someone I care about actually give me the input, I shouldn't react the same way as my mother would, for instance.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a lot of work going on, but we all can do it.
Yeah, it's a progress.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, like the OP here, he has a certain tools and methods to like control his temper, for instance. Yeah, there are
Mhm.
always methods. Wherever you go, whatever you want to do, it's always there.
Mhm.
So yeah, the answer is we cannot get rid of it, but we can always manage it and we can always be better people.
Yes.
Yay!
Grow into something special.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm feeling precious right now. This is a precious moment right here.
Oh yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad you're feeling precious.
Are you not? Are you not
I'm
telling?
always gorgeous.
I'm happy like about the energy you bring to this podcast today.
Yeah, I'm here. That's all I
Yeah.
gotta say.
Leo said that we are both precious. Thank you.
No, you're precious.
Okay.
Pull a Keanu Reeves on you.
I'm precious and Paladin is gallant and beautiful. Okay, get your facts right, Leo. Just kidding. But yeah.
Jesus.
All right. I'm on the next slide, by the way.
Okay.
Uh, they say, I mean, like, this is a romantic context. What OP is saying, it's like between like a partner and OP.
Hmm.
But yeah, we can tackle it from there and then we can talk about. All right. In the previous episode with Moss and Snail, I actually had this kind of talk how good romantic relationships start from good friendships. So yeah,
Hmm.
any advice we put here usually can be applied in both. I'ma go read it. Improving communication in a relationship. So my partner and I have been having trouble communicating effectively. What strategies have helped you improve dialogue and understanding in your relationship? As simple as that. Any
Hmm.
examples, big and small, will do.
Hmm.
Meanwhile,
Strategy.
I'm looking for references because there's this I said it in the previous episode as well that I read my husband and I read some books from this guy called Gottman. So it's a husband and wife actually, John Gottman and Julie Gottman, and they're actually specializing in like marriage and stuff. But their advice
Hmm.
so far, I feel like it can be applied everywhere, and I don't wanna quote him and say the wrong thing. So yes, any like strategies that you learned or like that you like any systems of communication you have with your partner that you think will help people improve their communication quality?
So gamers, listen. Listen very carefully.
Yeah.
Uh, go play Call of Duty with your spouse, your SO, your significant other, and see how they act, and especially doing call out. Um, because when it comes to stuff like that, when they rely on you for those call outs, that's a good way to be effective in your strategy. You're like, okay, they understand this word more than this, and you'll pick it up very quickly. Like over here on the barrels, and they're like, okay, which barrels? And they will be like, well, these barrels next to the car on this alleyway. You have to be more descriptive on the the approach you have to improve your dialogue and have the understanding in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you could be like, "Oh, he's next to this tree," and you're like, "What tree? This tree? What tree?" Then it's just gonna be a fight, and you're like, "Okay." You can be like, "He's at 3 o'clock. That tree," and they look and oh, there he goes, and that it's just how to communicate the direction of the relationship. It's like dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you have to team build with your partner to communicate perfectly. Sometimes once you get that down to a T, you could just simply just go, "Mm," and they're like, "Oh, okay, I know what that means." And they can go do whatever that actually means. That's improving communication because a simple noise could be something, a meaning, and that's just years of built team building.
Oh.
Like, you can just start making gremlin noises and they understand what it is.
Gremlin noise.
Yeah,
In a way, Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
sorry. It's just that I need to point out that it's funny that you start with like play a game, play a somewhat complicated game with your partner, and like see how you handle the communication and how you improve it so that you can like play better.
Mhm.
Cause I mean, I'm glad that this advice didn't exist while I was still dating my husband. Because if that's the case, maybe we wouldn't be married. Because my bad habit with communication is that I tend to assume that it's a bad habit. Okay, don't follow with people. Um, I tend to assume that they should be knowing what I mean.
A mind reader.
Yeah, a little bit of that. And like,
Uh-huh.
if they don't, I get impatient. So like, I know when I play that game, yeah, I'll raise my voice a lot. I'll be like, that one, man, that one. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like my husband has accepted that part of me as well, I believe. But I do feel bad if you're
Oh,
out
that's your
there.
husband.
Yeah, if you're out there, I feel bad. But yeah.
But yeah, team building is a good way to improving communication in a relationship, especially because as soon as you have that same wavelength
Mm-hmm.
and the communication, a simple noise can be just like, oh, okay, I know what that means.
I feel like that's something that can also be built over time, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah. I
especially
do
if you don't play games. Yes.
I don't know. I do get it though. Like, it's not in the game context, but I do have some friends, right, that I'm close enough with that. Let's say if they're faced in a certain by a certain situation, I can guess how would they react
Mhm.
or how would they answer and stuff like that. I don't know if it's gonna
Yeah.
help my communication with them, but yeah, I guess it does. Cause like by knowing how they gonna react, I can kind of like change my way of speaking and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, I found the thingy from Gottman I'm looking for. Okay, so there is a little bit about this. They have this diagram called the sound relationship house, but I might just tap into the communication related one. It's they have this concept called turning to words, turning inwards, like to your partner.
Mhm.
So like there are certain gestures that, let's say, I know that guys don't like it when girls code, but either way, that will happen. Like there's certain gesture where we do need attention or support or comfort. We don't just say like, "Hey, I need attention" all the time. Like there are gestures.
Understanding.
There are simple gestures that they call a bit BID. So I
Mhm.
remember that the experiment that they do is that they put like couples in. I would say it's a vacation home or something. And then sometimes there's one of the couple who gonna look around and they say, "Look, there's a bird outside," for instance. And then like how the other partner react to that look, there's a bird, says a lot about the
Mhm.
relationship as a whole. Isn't that interesting?
It
Cause
is. And it's always the perspective on the two.
yeah, but like basically what they're trying to say is that if your partner tells you, "Oh, there's a bird, look," turning inwards mean that you put aside what you're doing for a little bit just to enjoy the bird with your partner.
Mhm.
I feel like that's one. It can be smaller than that. That's like one small gesture you can do to make your partner feel great, and I guess that's how um communicate good communication start. I would say,
Mhm.
and then yeah, of course, there's the basic ones like active listening and like expressing needs clearly and stuff. But I always remember that bird story and I hold it dear in my heart. Because I believe that communication starts with trust and stuff. You know, the basic things internet tell you, but I feel like how they react when you want to show them something, or like how I react when they want to show me something. It
Hmm.
kind of it kind of gives the like the oomph to it, to the communication itself. Like if you feel comfortable enough and if you feel hurt enough, then it's easier for you to communicate. So I would say that is an important part of an important method to learn to improve communication, I would say.
Yes, it's if you really think about it in an artistic way,
Mm-hmm.
especially in a form of dancing.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they do ballroom dances and tango and the salsa and the flamingo where it
Yeah.
takes two, where you have to read your partner because it's the attentiveness of you reading your partner, making sure you're like, okay, he will lead, I will follow, or I lead, they will follow.
Mm-hmm.
That's the trust in the leading,
Mm-hmm.
and you gotta like respect that trust and the communication that you will. It's like, okay, you need to turn when I turn, okay,
Yeah.
and that's where that graciousness of the relationship will bloom.
Yeah. And that's usually like, is a good foundation before you go straight to like talking about methods on how to like communicate and stuff. The trust and the like, you know, guys like when we the partners or like the masculine counterparts usually like it when their partner rely on them more. I mean, they like it when we are independent, but at the same time, you know how it feels good even to me. Like when let's say this weekend, last weekend, my husband was actually sick, and yeah, of course he needs to rely on me a lot. It feels
Mhm,
good to be able to help him. It feels good to be trust upon and stuff. So yeah, as long as the relationship don't have that, oh, I can rely on you and I can trust you kind of vibes, I feel like any communication method might not really work well.
and Dad just brought up a point. A
Mm-hmm.
nonviolent communication by Marshall B. Rosenberg is a good book to pick up for communication for
Oh,
relationships.
let me look up. What was it again? I'm sorry.
Nonviolent communication.
Okay, non-violent communication.
By Marshall
Oh,
Rosenberg.
there's a training course book for this. Interesting.
Hmm,
But yeah, violence is. I'm not sure if that's what this book is gonna say, but in general, violence is also like part of what breaks the trust to begin with, and that's something that communication won't help. I would
mhm.
say, yeah. Okay, there are like summaries. There are four steps of non-violent communication. I would say is let me see. Let me see if this is based on the guy first before I start yammering about it.
Yeah, and from what
Oh,
Dad said,
there are
find what
four.
is alive.
Sorry.
From what Dad said, find what is alive in someone. What needs to being missed or harmed when you are talking to one another, because we are all attempting to get our needs met.
True. Okay, there is this summary. I think there are like this reoccurring pattern on my Google search on like there are four uh like four main components on like nonviolent communication.
Mhm.
It's observation, feelings, needs, and requests. You see where we are getting at?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So observation is like, yeah, what we see, hear, remember, imagine. And like I do read that in Gottman, of course, we and our partners, we have like different perspectives and stuff. I'm sorry, my model kind of went wonky there. I slide off my
Oh,
chair and like it went wonky. But yes. I'm back. Uh, what we observe and what our partner observe might be different. So, So clearly and honestly expressing how I am without blaming or criticizing, and also empathetically receiving how you are without without I cannot read this without like hearing blame or criticism. Oh yeah, it's similar to Gottman's methods actually. Like turn inwards, have respect towards each other, and like avoid contempt, criticism.
Mhm.
Dang, I forgot the 2 points.
It's okay.
Yeah, Goodman mentioned something like this. It's called Four Horsemen of Relationship. Like, it's based on that horseman of let me check.
The apocalypse.
Yeah, that. I was like for a four horsemen of like disaster or something. Yeah, he made it based on that, but there are like four horsemen for relationship. One is criticism, defensiveness, contempt, and stonewalling. That's
Mm.
yeah. Usually criticism. What he suggests is that we start statements with I instead of you. So instead of saying
Mm.
you do this, to be like I feel this way when you do this. Actually, that's not really good example, but yeah, like when you say this, but you're not doing it, I feel this way. Instead of saying why do you always not do A, something like that.
Mhm.
Put a feeling first before anything. And then defensiveness is how, we get that sometimes. I might just admit it. I get defensive sometimes. Most of the time. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it anymore.
And that's okay.
And like
You do a good
the
job.
yeah. And like the what do you call it? The main core of defensiveness is always reactivity, no? So I would say another thing that we must hold back in order to communicate well is, hold back our reactions.
Mhm. And that's
Mm,
okay.
mm-hmm. So the example is that let's say the partner be like, I'm really upset that you are late. Then instead of saying, but you're always late too, just I don't know, acknowledge it first that they are feeling upset is one of it.
Yeah. It's acknowledging the feeling of your partner or spouse and be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey. It was but you can't make excuses like, "Oh, it's because I'm so and so and doing this," you
Mm.
know,
I mean like
because especially when it's reoccurring, like it's like the spouse could be like, "Oh, well, you say this a lot. Can you change that?" And that's where some defensiveness can be like, "Oh, what do you mean?" It's like it's it's traffic. I can't have control over it. You're telling me like to split it or go over the curb to get home faster.
mm-hmm.
Even like a simple text message be like, "Oh, I'm running late because of traffic. I'll be home. Do you want me to get anything from the store?" Most times they're like that will escalate the situation. Like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm getting some need fulfilled, like
Mm.
food or snacks or something to drink." It's like goal and orientated. Ugh, it's a mouthful.
Ah, right.
Those needs are being met.
True. I guess when it comes to like stuff like, sometimes we do have bad habits and like, yeah, our partners will call it out and then we'll be like, okay, we'll not do it again and then we'll end up doing it again. I think in
Uh-huh.
the end, it's gonna fall onto like the category of generosity. I don't know. I'm bad at it. I'm actually bad at that.
And patience.
Yeah, being generous. Like, especially when my expectations. I don't even say needs. Okay, expectations, which is I would say it's a harmful version of needs, because like needs is needs. Expectations means that I might not necessarily need it, but I want it that way. The
Mhm.
micromanaging side out. Yeah. But and yeah, like the generosity, the giving, the benefit of the doubt, etc. It's back to like the whole conversation of like trust and respect towards the partner, I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah, and yeah, obviously some people do need to be more accountable and stuff. Because I feel like, especially in the case you said just now about how like the partner say that, oh, you're always late though. You always say sorry, you'll not do it again, but it always happens. And
Mhm.
then, yeah, of course, it's normal to be defensive, especially if the scenario is that you're back from work, etc. It's tiring and stuff. But
Mhm.
I guess that's where first the partner who must wait for the late partner needs to be a bit more generous. And at the same time, the person who's late needs to have some level of accountability. I feel like
Yes.
that might be, help. It might help with reducing defensiveness, I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah, and like based on my experience, if you raise your voice, you lose. I would say. Like once you're not level headed, you lose.
Yes. You will lose no matter
You
what.
lose. Yeah. So yeah, first develop trust and like may confide, like make it comfortable for your partner to confide on them, to confide on you. I mean, and then the next is like avoid the four horsemen. There are two main ones, especially on the early ones, the defensiveness and the criticism, not listening first and stuff. And like check out Marshall's, let me see again the name. Marshall Rosenberg's on like nonviolent communication. It actually links
Mhm.
hand to hand with Gottman, so I'm really gonna look into this.
Okay.
Yeah. This is fun. I like finding new books. I haven't even finished the ones I have, but it.
You're probably the person that would read, like, maybe 3/4 of it, and you're like, "Okay, I'm done."
I tried to start reading the, what do you call it? Oh, wait. Let me take a pic. Okay. The Laws of Human Nature. It's so thick.
Mhm.
I'm trying to read it like a little bit every day. It's so thick though. But yeah. Yeah, everyone has their own observations, feelings, needs, and requests. So I feel like first, it's also important to like say the request clearly, especially like, I don't know, I'm in hetero relationships, so I would say like guys. Usually with guys, they don't really read the lines, isn't it?
No.
Yeah. So like, as direct as possible. If you need to give a soft deadline or something, and if they say, "Oh yeah, with chores," based on my experience, if they say later, just trust them. If they don't do it
Yeah.
like a day later, yeah, just let it pile. They'll do it eventually. It's less stress for y'all.
Yeah, sometimes you have to throw a rock at them. Once again, not a real rock, just a metaphorical rock.
Yeah, just be direct. And be loving while doing it. Don't be rude. I know it's difficult, especially if you've been like in a relationship for a very long time or maybe friendship in a long time. You will expect that, oh, but this person should know me better. If they do this, that means they don't understand me and stuff like that. Of course, that feeling it has always been there, but yeah, be nice, people. You care about them. Remember that.
Mhm. Dad brought up another point.
Mm-hmm.
Raising your voice is a key indicator of a strong emotions. If you and your partner are capable of recognizing that, gives space to come back to address it. and then come back to respecting the circumstances and one and another.
That's a good point. That's a good point right there.
Hmm.
Marshall's nonviolent communication also mentioned that actually, like, you feel anger somehow. So finding a way to like stop and take a breath, it's
Hmm.
important. Though for me that raises another entirely different topic, which is attachment styles. Are you familiar with it, Shadows? It's fun for me because it's like personality test, you know. Attachment styles is legit like personality test. I love personality tests when I was younger until now. I used to do all the BuzzFeed stuff. But basically based on how we were raised and how we were uh like our relationship with our guardians, like parents or like caretakers and stuff, there are like
Uh,
trauma digging.
hmm.
There are four kinds of attachment styles. The one that I have is mostly anxious attachment. For you, I believe it's avoidance.
Hmm.
Let me find a summary on that. So basically, for uh, an anxious one, they usually self sabotage and stuff.
Sounds so perfect.
Sounds about right, exactly.
Mm.
Um, and for avoidance, usually they tend to be self reliant and distant. Relatable. Shadows.
Yes.
It's
Yep. Hmm.
and what I noticed is that when I asked my sister about it, she's also an avoidance type. So it's like it's a default
It's a
that
it's a
first,
firstborn thing.
yeah, it's like a firstborn thing, which is very interesting. I mean, like it's bad, but yeah, it's interesting still.
Like,
Uh,
I
yeah.
understand it's a firstborn thing because you are the prime example. You are, you know, the cream of the crop of
Mm-hmm.
your parents' production.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here's my offspring. They are all of us combined, and they have to be this porcelain doll. Make sure you have good grades, you got a good image,
Mm-hmm.
picture perfect. And you can get burnt out from that so hard and so quickly. That's why some firstborns tend to have anxiety, depression,
Mm-hmm.
just underlying mental illnesses. It's all because of all that pressure that was put onto them for being a child. And children, they don't know what they're doing. They had no thought between those little eyes of theirs.
Yeah. It's
They just
tough.
want to be kids.
So like usually the anxious attachment people have like more sensitive nervous systems and struggle to communicate needs directly. So me. I mean I'm better now, but so me.
Mhm.
And then for the avoidant one usually downplays importance of relationships or like self-reliance. I'm self-sufficient and connections are not really necessary for me because I'm fine on my own and stuff like that. Meanwhile, I always feel alone and stuff like that. Yeah. So where was I going with this? All right. Yeah. So like our communication problem with our partners usually stems from this thing. Is what I was going to say. So when let's say my husband and I argue, and then he said, "Oh, let's take a
Mhm.
minute. I'm gonna go to another room and take a breath. Let's get back to
Yes.
this later." The first few times we tried that methods, right, I had a major panic attack. Cause I'm like, oh shoot! Now that like he's out of reach physically and mentally, and what is he thinking? What if he's trying to leave me? Cause I'm such a pain in the ass and stuff like that. Yeah, but yeah, it's a. I mean, when once you get used to it, it's a good practice. But yeah, know that
Yes.
anxious attachment people has these thoughts.
Also, firstborns are also the training child. Yeah,
Yeah,
the dummy,
I kinda hate that
training
concept,
dummy.
but it happens, eh?
Parents didn't know what they were doing, so they put hypercriticism into you instead of allowing you to mess up, create an environment of learning instead of production. Yeah, yeah, but with my family, that doesn't work like that. They knew what they were doing
Hmm.
because the hierarchy of where I am, where I live, it's it's just a whole mess, especially
Mm.
for firstborns. Especially because where used to live, our culture is mostly, a hierarchy like of females. So if you're a firstborn female, you have a high expectation to do this, to lead our people into the greater good.
Dang.
Yeah, because you are able to um buy land, create children, you know, like you are pretty much the pride and joy of the family, which sure they can, pamper you and everything. It's just it's it's like you have to bear the weight of your lineage.
Do you feel like you need to earn it? Like when they pamper you and stuff, do you feel like you need to, you know, do something in order to pay for it and stuff like that?
Yes. Like I for me, especially now, I will have to especially if someone gives me something, it's like, okay, what do you want in return? Because you
Ah,
pay tribute and I have to do a service.
dang.
Because it's just like I've been trying to get rid of that. It's like, okay, nobody owes you anything in this world.
Mm,
And it's the thing I have to be good at. It's like, okay, I can do my deeds and don't need to worry about anyone else. It's just it's just there.
mm. In a way, it's like, well, I'm the youngest, as I mentioned, and like back in my home planet, what's going on is that yeah, my sister is like you, the pride and joy. She's good at everything. I admired her a lot, and like yeah,
Mhm.
she's feeling the pressure. I mean, we didn't talk about it when we were younger. We are like 7 years apart, so we talk about it actually just like a few years ago. Basically, we are both done with school. She has a kid. I babysit her kid, so we talk. Um,
Mhm.
and yeah, she did say that yeah, like see, I need to kind of act to be perfect all the time, which I can
Mhm.
tell at some point, because like you know how it feels like when you be perfect all the time when you grow up and then you decided that oh you want to have your own life and like maybe your parents cannot understand that. In my sister's case it's so obvious that that's the case because it seems like my parents are were trying to paint her as some just because she's not at home anymore she's acting like a rebel when actually she just wanna like she's a decent person with decent job and a decent partner, but it seems like oh every act that she does that she did for her own life it becomes some kind of betrayal towards my parents.
Yeah. It you have sometimes like especially with the firstborn, you have to break that chain.
Yeah, and like thanks to
It's
that,
more of a freedom.
mm-hmm. And thanks to that my mom is more receptive of my changes, but at the same time yeah old habits die hard, just like the previous slide we talk about, like
Mhm.
yeah, parents be parents sometimes. Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all firstborns for that. But really,
Yeah.
like, there's this one thing that my therapists always say that actually made me cry that time that, yeah, the world doesn't owe you anything. It's kind of cold and rock hard, right? That, like that, but you deserve to be loved. Okay, like you deserve the love that you have now. Even when you are not like at your best all the time. Yeah,
Mhm.
I personally feel glad that we are friends and stuff. So yeah, don't feel like you need to owe people like just because people are nice to you, you owe them something. I know you know this, but yeah, dang, I'm getting a bit emotional.
Oh, don't be. It these are the chains I have broken a long time ago. So,
Mm,
it's it's a, privilege to understand how to break these chains of what was bound to you by your blood.
yeah. Yeah, you're
But
better than you think. You did your best and it went well. And you deserve better for sure. And yeah, thank you for
yeah,
making it easier for us younger siblings.
yeah, I
And
gotta
I hope,
protect the little ones.
yeah, I hope your little brother gives you the appreciation you need sometimes. But yeah,
Mhm.
usually I know it's awkward to do that. Like there's one time that I felt so mushy, so I told my sister like thank you for everything and stuff. And then she's like, "Oh no, it's okay." It's like it's so difficult for her to like accept thank yous or like appreciations in
Yep,
general.
yep.
Gosh, y'all avoidant people.
But sometimes you can break those chains, or should say chain links
Mm-hmm.
of that collar and those cuffs. It's like, okay, one chain link at a time until you
Yeah.
get the cuff and collar. Then once you break those, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how to express it. It's like when you get into a field of flowers and feel that soft, warm wind blowing against you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the caress of a freedom. That warm caress of freedom. Everything's off.
Everything's gonna be good, and everything is
Yes.
good because we're in the field of flowers.
Yes.
Dang. Yeah, and I feel like by breaking those chains as well, or like breaking, in my case, breaking the beliefs that has been like growing in me as I grow up and stuff. I mean, like, some beliefs can be distorted, and by breaking those, we create new habits, and somehow I feel like it also will come back, like going back to this, it will help improve how we handle relationships in general. Hence, better
Mhm.
communication, hence, better relationship. And yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, Shadows, please, please. I'm happy you share this with me, with us today. And like,
Yeah.
I appreciate you really.
Oh, shush.
Oh,
That's what I'm here for.
that's how avoidant people react to compliments, everybody.
There's this one friend, he's like, "Oh, you're so nice." I'm like, "Shut up. I'm not nice."
Well, that's why I mentioned earlier. Try to accept it, man. Just say, yeah, thank you for
No,
saying
then
that.
it no. No, I will not allow it because the more I let you guys compliment me, it's like, "Oh god."
What?
Then I have to turtle and into my armor, and it's like, "Oh god."
Dang. Then I'll just knock on that shell and be like, you're nice. You're nice. You're nice. I'm gonna be that
There's a
annoying. Yeah.
there's this meme where this guy's wearing armor, and
Yeah.
he's got the helmet on, and there's a little slit for his eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "No one will hurt me," and there's an arrow that goes in that small hole, and it says compliments.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I saw that. I saw that.
That's me.
Ah. But
Oh
yeah.
gosh, no coin. But yeah, but once you break those chains, it's rejuvenating. It feels like you have wings to fly.
Mm-hmm. And like
And
from a
most,
perspective, sorry, finish your train of
and
thoughts first.
yeah, and most young people don't understand these days. It's like it's okay to fall. It's okay. There's going to be someone right behind you. You do not understand that. Like it's okay to fall, but you need to get up. You need to do this. Like you need to do this. You need to get up.
Mm,
No matter how hard, how many times you fall and fail, you have to get back up.
yeah.
It's part of living.
And in a way, it's like it seems annoying to like try to change our perspective and stuff, but when we do it, just like Shadows described, it's a good kind of freedom, you know.
Hmm.
It's a good kind of freedom. But yeah, what I was trying to say is that from a perspective of a younger sibling right here, yeah, I do feel like my sister was like an experiment of some sort. Like, yeah, she's good at everything and stuff, and then like what doesn't work is like, you know, I don't know about you all, but sometimes parents often forget that just because you treat kids the same way, they don't react the same way. So like, yeah, whatever works on my sister, they tried it on me, and obviously it didn't work because I'm the softer, meeker version of her, I would say.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, so I also had the feeling of like I need to earn love, I need to earn affection and stuff like that. But in a
Hmm.
different level, cause like it feels like it's never enough. I mean, like yeah, with older sibling, of course, there's that feeling of nothing I do is enough.
You're her shadow.
Yeah, like the younger sibling becomes some sort of shadow that's like, oh, how come you're just like that? How come like this you cannot do? How come like that you cannot? If others can, why you cannot? Something like that. So yeah, to younger siblings out there as well, you are loved. You deserve it. You're different and good kind of different, or if you're bad kind of different, do better.
Yeah. You're not a burden to
Yeah,
anyone.
yeah, yeah. And like, your older siblings wearing those armors, they do it so that you live better. So like, use it. I mean, if you wanna pay them back with appreciation and love. Don't feel like a burden. Wasting like I feel like I wasted a lot of my time feeling like a burden, to be very honest. And that's bad.
Yes. Don't ever
Dizzy
feel like a burden.
Dizzy mentioned that, well, as the last child of three, my upbringing was basically flying under the radar. I know parents are just humans, so I cannot really judge them. I haven't been a parent. I haven't I haven't had the chance to become a parent yet. Except for a dog parent, so yeah. But yeah, whatever you feel from the upbringing and stuff, you are worth it.
Hmm.
As much as it's hard to believe, especially for the older siblings and your armors, I'm stabbing you through that gap.
Oh my goodness. Don't worry. If you are flying underneath the radar, someone is watching you.
Yeah, it might be shadows, it might be me, you don't know.
Probably me, because I'm very observant.
But then, oh, the ad is rolling by the way. But yeah, dang. Yeah, in the end, when it comes to talking about relationship, right, we go all the way back to how we grew up.
Hmm. It always stems from your childhood and your traumas,
Yeah.
because that's what makes you.
Yeah. Which which is one of the reason why I made this whole podcast to begin with. like people become people because of their upbringing and because of what they face in life, and I want to know more about that. Like, I really, really want to know more about that. Maybe for like mostly, I will admit for myself because I do want to be better. In the last episode, I mentioned about how I feel like you know, you mentioned the breaking the chains, right? Shadows,
Mhm.
and that it's a now it's a free world. Now that we have like established which habits is bad, which habit is not bad, uh, we are free. And then this is where I started to get lost. Like, if whatever negative thing that was implemented in me, if those things were wrong, um,
Mhm.
then who am I? And what am I? Something like that.
And that's a journey for you to figure it out.
Yeah, so it's like the next level of, yeah, we don't have chains, but then now without the chains, it's I'm just lost sometimes. And that's why
But sometimes
I wanna
yeah,
I wanna
taking the
talk to
journey to
people.
s it takes a journey to, define you. It may
Yeah.
be, difficult or easy, but it's worth it to find you at last.
And
And
like, yeah, sorry.
Dad brought up, uh, we as parents are still accountable for the microism we caused, and our
Mm-hmm.
children dodging that accountability is what creates more problems than solutions.
True. And that's why I left my planet.
Yeah, that's
Basically that.
because sometimes leaving your realms is nice.
But yeah, this is also why earlier when we talk about like how to build. Thank you for the headpad, Dizzy. How to build confidence and more of an attitude. Then I mentioned about how sometimes people's negative comments affect me so much that I start to like question if I really am that bad of a person, for instance. Yeah, the root of that is this. Like I broke the chain and then now what?
Mhm.
Yeah, there's that thing. That's why I said, oh, that's so relatable. Yeah. And it's kind of scary, but like in terms of communication, right? Early, especially early in the relationship, I noticed that my communication pattern really was similar to how like my parents communicate, which textbook wise, if I'm looking at it through the books I've been reading, it's not good, but yeah, it just happens. So yeah, the breaking the chains is always a journey to I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because emotional scars, or I should say emotional damage can heal over time. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. But it will heal better if you actually put the work into it, in my
Mhm.
experience, yeah. And like sometimes, oh yeah, another thing about communication is that sometimes how we judge ourselves also affected. Because for me, sometimes I project. And like I know the projections come from how I'm not nice to myself, so I'm kind of not generous with people because I'm not generous with myself, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, if you can stop implementing that into your communication, it will be great. But if you still, I mean, it is a struggle. But yeah, sometimes if your partner seem to be doing that, I believe that, yeah, that's our time to be generous, I would say.
Yeah.
Dang, humans are hard. But yeah, I
Yes.
think the major, sorry?
Oh, you can go.
All right. Yeah, I feel like the major strategy really is just like take a deep breath, take a break. If things are heated up, turn off the fire. You know what I
Is so when we get argumentative
mean?
in my relationship, I'm like, you know what? Just go take a nap. I'll still be here. Just go take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
You know, You be good.
Oh yeah, there's a saying that when you argue with your partner, don't sleep on it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't always work. So sometimes sleeping on it is better.
Yes,
That's why take a
because
nap.
sometimes yes, because sometimes your mind is tired, like especially coming home from work and something happens and you're tired, or they have depressions. Because
Mm,
naps do help.
yeah.
It's because it turns off the brain, gives it a short rest from all of the of everything that happened for that day. So yeah, naps are generally a good soft reboot.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about you, but my naps usually have better sleep quality compared to my sleep at night.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why you say that I'm a baby. I'm not a baby,
Oh, I
okay?
take naps
Nah.
too, but I haven't taken a nap in a while. Well, I lied. I took one on Sunday, but that was great.
Yeah, weekend naps. But sometimes with weekend naps, I feel like, oh, I could have used this for something else. Uh, the time. But yeah, it still feel good. So.
Mhm.
I'm still looking at the diagram of this nonviolent communication. There's this thing where they say to listen with your whole being.
Yes, and it takes patience.
Because no matter what others say, we only hear what they are observing, feeling, needing, and requesting.
You have to have patience and attentiveness.
All right, I mentioned generosity. I want to not forget to mention about this. Yeah, I'm talking about being generous, giving benefit of the doubt, etc. There's this
Mhm.
one method that I've been doing. Like, let's say if I started to get mad at something,
Mhm.
I try to think about the good things that, let's say, my friend and my husband has been giving to me. Like maybe even the
Mhm.
smallest things that I usually take for granted and stuff. That helps me to just when we focus on appreciation, it's easier to like uh give the benefit of the doubt or like just be generous in general, at least
Mhm.
based on my limited experience. Because I do get
But
emotional when I feel like my needs are not fulfilled.
mhm.
Yeah, but I do know that appreciation helps. Just like how we all appreciate shadows. Am I right, people? People in the
Oh,
chat.
stop it. I'm just here, mm, have my watchful eye on you guys, make sure you guys are good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then there's another point where expressing our vulnerability might actually help resolve the conflict. That is a mood for me. I don't know if you tried that before, Shadows, with your partner. Like when things are heated up, I'm like, okay, fine. I'm actually feeling this way because I have this and that in my head and I'm scared of this and that. That's why. That actually helps. It sounds like a justification, but I don't know. It's it
Yeah.
gives more context, I would say. Yeah.
Oh, that's another title I have now.
What?
Paladin of Baseness, spitting out base facts. It's just like I've been through so much in my life for a short period. It's just like I grew up way too fast for being me.
See,
But some people are like, "Holy shit, how are you like this?" usually people that get the same shit going on with their lives, they turn out for the bad. What makes you special? It made you more positive. And I'm like,
Hmm.
well, I came self-aware. I I noticed the problems beforehand or before the cancer grew
Hmm.
and removed it. Sure, there's gonna be some of it left in there. It's just, hey, I got rid of it. It's gone. I'm good. Moving forward.
I mean, I get it. Usually people with the armor are not the best when it comes to vulnerability, I would say. But yeah. Oh, dang, my train of thoughts are going everywhere. This is also related to another Gottman thing, which is basically, let's say in marriage, right? With your partner, you should have this thing called love map. And it should be updated every few months, I would say. Basically, it contains every single thing that makes you understand your partner better. So that means triggers, vulnerabilities, on top of the superficial
Mhm.
stuff. Even like how do they take their food, etc. It also like it makes you feel special when your partner knows what you like and dislike. But yeah, it's another level when it's the vulnerabilities in check. And that's also the base of a good relationship and communication in general. If you get lost, just check the map.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sometimes those who are lost are or I should say, who is, what was that? It was an Alice in Wonderland quote. Hold on.
Look it up. Look it up.
Not all who wander are lost.
Hmm.
Well, some will go this way and some will go that way. Oh, Jesus, Jesus Christ.
Why? What's wrong?
Ban.
Oh.
Hold on, I'm smiting creatures.
Bots alert.
Yeah, but you can continue. I'm gonna be a minute.
Okay. Another part of the nonviolent communication also says something that actually I feel like everyone needs to hear. Uh, it's best to take action out of the desire to contribute to life rather than out of fear, shame, or obligation. And then I feel like it's part of the whole chain breaking thing Shadows and I were talking about. Because we kids, younger siblings, older siblings, we have this kind of chains that our parents put on us. Maybe they don't deliberately do it, but yeah, they want us to survive, so they want us to be stronger. They want us to be an example or like be like the example. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and like sometimes it creates, at least in me, this sense of guilt or shame if we don't fulfill a certain standard based on the chain that is not on us, to be very honest. And yeah, this is a good thing to have. Like just remember that when you do something, do it because you want to contribute to life, to yourself, to others, rather than because you know you fear it and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, I should really take note of this because I do tend to do things out of fear. Dang,
Being a paladin, you're immune to fear.
are you sure? Or do you think you're immune to it, but you're actually avoiding it? Hmm?
No, I'm immune to it because even the bravest could be still scared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, being scared is okay, but don't do things as much as possible. Try not to do things out of obligation, fear, or shame. Unless you're working under someone, that's when obligation comes to play. But when it
Mhm.
comes to moral choices or like choices you make with your life, yeah, try to do it for the good, not for the fear. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Which also reminds me that I tend to over explain why I do certain things, you know?
Yeah, you gotta stop that. Because it's okay.
I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm like, they'll be like, it's okay.
It's the anxiety tickling your brain. You need to stop it.
Yeah, I feel like I need to like justify it or people will think that I as stupid as it sounds, I hate to be like a villain on people's story. I know no matter what I do, it will still happen. But yeah, I hate it sometimes, you know?
That's a good quote, Dad.
What happened?
It's not about your resistance to fear. It's about your ability to overcome fear. And that's from the Green Lantern.
Wow. I haven't watched that. Is it good? It's an old DC movie, right?
It's probably in the comics
Ah.
or the kids show,
Yeah,
but not
sometimes.
much in the movie.
Ah. Yes, many quote of the day today. Dang. I like how we started with like what strategy we use for a relationship and then we go all the way down the rabbit
Yeah.
hole. And like we pull out one, two, three writers
Hmm.
out and what they say. But that's what's great about human science now. I feel like I really need to finish reading the law of human nature and then I'll call shadows again and be like, let's do it again. Let's talk about humans. Yay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Dad, I know it's in the comics, but it's probably somewheres in the movie or somewheres.
Ah. I feel like
But
movies likes to take those like important quotes, no? Like Spider-Man's when you great responsibility comes with great strength. A great power comes with a great responsibility. My tongue.
mhm.
I didn't breathe just now, so yes. I was spitting out words.
You're just spitting out facts.
Yeah. Great power comes with the
Pa, 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 pa. Clap. But yeah, let's move on.
Yeah. Next
we're
slide.
on like we're like on 4, and we got 6 more to go.
Alright, is it getting late for you?
No,
Okay.
I'm just like we're on still step 4 out of 10.
Oh, alright. Wait. Alright. This is I chose this because this is a very gut feeling thing. Uh which I really wanna see your perspective on this by the way, Shadows. Okay, is it a
Okay.
him problem or a me problem? It's under advice. Me,
Okay.
18 female, and my boyfriend, 20 male, have been dating for about
Mhm.
4 months. We met a year ago at an art gallery and reconnected on Instagram shortly before we began dating. Both still live with our parents. This is my first real relationship in 2 years since being cheated on. Truma, noted down.
Mhm.
I like to tell myself I am scared of getting close to my new boyfriend's family because leaving my ex's family behind was very hard for me. I've met my current boyfriend's moms once at a family dinner, and the whole week prior, I felt sick. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, and was extremely anxious. I never have problems meeting parents because I'm usually curious to see what the other person's family is like. I nearly took a Valium to calm down beforehand. I hyperventilated in the car the whole way there and just had this horrible feeling in the pit of my stomach. His siblings were there as well, but we didn't get a chance to talk as they were at the other end of the table. I spoke to his moms mostly, and they were very nice. However, as I was leaving the dinner, I got a migraine, and I felt like I never wanted to do it again. His moms keep asking to see me, and I'm just so sick to my stomach with anxiety. I cannot bring myself to do it, and I keep refusing. I know they like me, so I'm not quite sure where this is coming from. It's the debilitating anxiety that makes me feel like I cannot leave my bed. I haven't had this problem before, and I'm usually amazing with parents. I told myself this was my fear of growing close to them, but I'm thinking it's just him. I feel the same thing with him interacting with my family. It makes me nauseous and feels like I cannot breathe. He's great with talking to people, so I literally cannot figure out why I'm feeling like this. This is quite literally driving me insane, and I feel like I'm going crazy. This has never happened to me before. So, what do you think?
It sounds like she's still close to the previous family and feeling like she's betraying them mm, or being a burden. Like, oh gosh, I'm betraying the old family that I used to love, been spending time with, then I understand change is something difficult for people to
Mm-hmm.
have, especially meeting new parents. It's just and I understand where she's taking, the medication to calm down. And it sounds like she has anxiety problems to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
but um it does take some time to get, you know, back in the swing with things, especially with newer parents. But yeah, she can't, you know, push away her current boyfriend parents because, like, oh gosh, because it's the sense of dread, like, oh gosh, what if I break up with this one and what their parents still like me, like the last relationship. It's just it's more of the dread of what's going to happen in the future if it happens. It's the fear of the unknown is what's bringing her down.
Mm. Okay. So, okay, this is fun. Cause when I first read this post, I skim it through before I put it on slides. I know. I try to not do that too often because like it might make my brain start cooking something.
Yeah.
But when I read her description about how the body reacts to it,
Mhm.
it's as if I'm the one who's writing this.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's the sense of dread.
yeah, and like the whole my stomach go oury, go nausea, and have stuff like that. It's okay. So I know it might not be relatable for some people, but I believe I'm one of these people called highly sensitive people. Are you familiar with that?
Hypersensitive, yes.
Yeah, so basically like it's a it's a good thing that it's scientific thing. I actually just found psychologists who are actually uh into that, like she does research for that and stuff, and yeah, it's all basically since I was born my brain is just wired that way to have a
Mm.
more sensitive nervous system, so I do tend to trust my gut feelings a lot because most of the time it's true.
Mhm.
Heck, actually it's kind of a funny story, but I found about my ex cheating on me because of my gut feelings and actually had a dream what I need to do to discover it. So I had a dream that I need to check his phone. And the dream actually told me the password and stuff. Yeah, yeah, interesting, isn't it?
Mhm. It's
Yeah,
like an
that's how,
epiphany.
yeah, it's spoopy stuff going on. But yeah, I had that gut feelings and I know that when I really, really don't wanna do things and I really, really shouldn't do it, I have this whole like stomach upset stomach, migraine, etc. Because it did happen before as well at work. Basically, I tried to change to another field, and then because I don't have the degree for it, I needed to do internships, right? Then at some
Mhm.
point, I did have a chance to go full time, but then midway they decided to feel like I'm not good enough or something. So I asked if they have like any intern.
Michael!
Oh, it spooked me. Matt. But yeah, basically, I actually was the one asking for the internship opportunity, but when it actually started, my body just threw itself like inside out, you know?
Yeah. Dad brought up a point of she has too many expectations of what a relationship with her new in-laws would be instead of allowing the relationship to develop organically.
Mm,
And hypersensitive people are also or S HSP is
mm.
also linked to ADHD and autism.
Yeah, I need to get that checked to be very honest. But
Well, the thing is, I am on diagnosed uh ADHD, so I need to
mm,
get that checked out and see what level I am at because it goes by a star system, like 1 through
mm,
5 stars, and the more stars you have, it just gets more complex.
ah, dang,
When you
yeah.
have less stars, it's minimal, and, it's more of a person instead of, just masking.
Mm. Yeah, I do need to get checked too now that you mention it. Nah, actually, I'm more intrigued than anything now. So it's good. I'm like, oh, something new about myself. The more I know about
Mhm.
myself, the better it feels. I feel like so. Yeah, did you say that we all need Melly's dream powers? Uh I'd rather not have it because sometimes when I have something so vivid, I wonder like if this is the truth or what. It's giving me a lot of anxiety sometimes. But yeah, at that time it really helped. But I was a kid. I was a dumb kid. Okay, so I stayed anyway in the relationship for a while. But yeah, that's a story for another day. Anyway,
Mhm.
um, I feel like there's a reason why OP is feeling this way, and like, yeah, sure, in a way, she needs to get over it. But at the same time, before she gets over it, I feel like she needs to figure out she needs to dig deep, not just within herself, but within the whatever is this. Cause it's weird. Like if she's just feeling so attached with the ex's family and stuff, right?
Mhm.
Why does she feel the same way when the guy is meeting her parents? So maybe deep inside she kind of feel like something is off with this guy I'm dating. But maybe I don't wanna. Yeah, maybe partly it's trauma because of cheating and stuff.
Mhm.
But then partly it's
Or
also because like yeah, there's something else is going on that she's been like putting aside because being in a partnership feels good and stuff.
mhm.
Yeah, I do believe that there's something deeper into this.
Yeah. Especially with the parents, like, her parents are like, "Oh, what happened to that one boy, you were hanging out with? What happened?"
Mm,
And it just opens up a can of worms, and you're like, "Oh god, how do I explain, like, this image of this boy I was dating where they only saw this nice and sweetness,
mm.
and he ended up cheating on me."
And actually, 4 months in meeting parents, isn't it too fast?
Mhm.
Is it? Is it? Or is it not?
Um, I'm a very blunt person, so I say what I need to say,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're someone older than I am
But
or
like,
younger, I would tell you what's what,
but I
and I'm
feel
like,
like,
"Okay, I,"
uh huh. Sorry.
and I'll be like, "Okay, I will say my actions, and I will suffer the consequences because the truth needs to be told."
It feels like, but it really feels like 4 months dating and then you meet parents. Isn't it too speedy? Isn't? Are they rushing
N
something?
No, so there's there's a phase, there's a thing called the honeymoon phase. People like they get, ooh, this is new, this is nice, and they rush things instead of taking the time to um to express to one another, to get to know each other,
Mm.
deep down more. But they're more into the honeymoon phase than anything
Which
because it's
is
new, forensic, it's nice, it's neat.
which is why I wonder, like, which is why I feel like all the more that she needs to dig into this. Because if she's in a honeymoon phase and she already had this bad of a gut feeling, it's a bit, you know,
Mhm.
right?
Someone in my chat says 4 months. That sounds about right.
Oh, yeah?
Mhm.
Mm. Well, come to think of it, I also met my mother-in-law quickly, but yeah, it's because I play, I come to my husband's house sometimes to play, and yeah, we meet, so yeah. We never had like
Mhm.
the formal arranged dinner or something like that, especially in the beginning.
Mhm.
But damn.
Maybe it's a bit long depending on how far the parents are from the partner. Yeah, sure.
Mm. Oh yeah, because they still live with their partner, with their parents anyway, right?
Mhm. Because from what it sounds like, it's like, well, I live with them, and if something happens, I'm gonna hear about it all the goddamn time.
Oh, there's that too. That part is relatable for me.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe I should look into this post again and see if OP say anything more and update you on that, Shadows.
Okay.
But like with someone with this kind of weird, kind of disturbing gut feelings, I do feel like maybe something's wrong with the guy. I don't want to put blame on anyone, but at the same time, maybe something is wrong or like something doesn't sit right somewhere. That's my feeling.
And the thing is, there's a thing called women's intuition.
Ah, yeah.
It's it's a special gift. Don't ever waste it.
Yep. And actually, like having HSP and woman intuition hand in hand is very, it's too much sometimes, but yeah, it works. It helps.
Mhm. Knowing sometimes that gut feeling is wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but it's survival skills kicking in.
Yeah. Just keep an open mind. Listen to both gut feelings and take in as much reality as you can, I would say.
Mhm.
But yeah, back on the question, is it a him problem or me problem? I'm
It's a her
leaning,
problem.
I'm leaning on a him problem too, actually. But yeah, interesting.
But she's more hanging over it on the cheating part from what I'm reading,
Mm,
and you know, she was attached to his parents,
for me, I guess
and she just
I okay. Sorry.
she doesn't want it to happen again because sometimes in life, um, history likes to repeat itself.
Mm. For me, I'm hung up on the second paragraph that say that I like to tell myself I am scared of getting close because leaving my ex family was hard. I like to tell myself the part where she say I like to tell myself is like, she has these gut feelings and then she tried to justify it instead of really really being honest with herself and finding the answer.
Mhm.
That's why I feel like she needs to dig into it.
Yeah, so it's a her problem.
Yeah, I guess, but I feel like if it's the cause of the gut feeling, it might be the guy, I would say.
But you gotta remember, it's not always right.
True.
It's like 80%, maybe 75% correct.
True. Yeah, and it's harming her health physically, so yeah, figure it out, OP. I'm scared.
Mm. But things will be okay. Just take it slowly.
Yeah,
Don't rush.
we believe in OP. Okay, the next one.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm getting a sore throat a little bit. Okay, back to the one question that might branch out to a big, super big rabbit hole right here.
Mm.
Yeah, what do you think is ruining most relationships nowadays in general? Because for me,
Um.
hands down, social media.
Oh yes. Have you heard of the couple curse pic
what
or the
what what's that?
couple? So on social media, every time someone posts a couple picture, like for their profile picture, it's always bound to get nasty.
Oh, that. What I know is that if they're still early on the early dating stage and they already start to be chummy on social media and posting it a lot, yeah, they're bound to fail.
Hmm. It's a curse,
It's a curse. But
especially if they share the same social media
oh
page, like
gosh.
Julie and Jake, like page they used to
Oh.
have for ones until one of them did something that they shouldn't, and now they're trying to
Ooh.
work things out. Then it becomes, instead of two separate pages, it comes one page, um, where it's Jake and Jill or Julie, you know.
Mm. It's like you know how people make like family YouTube channel and stuff to
Mhm.
vlog about their family, yeah, and then they end up like getting messy at the end. I wonder if it's similar to that.
Yeah, because people are on the binge of wanting to be perfect, or in society's eyes, they're like,
Mm.
"Okay, I want to be this thing that people look up. I want to be an influencer where I can make these people think I am good,
Mm.
which really not." They just wanna feel good about themselves. It's the dopamine that they get from
Okay.
it.
I do have the other side of the spectrum though. Because when I dated my ex, my social media was
Mhm.
silent. In fact, he
Yeah.
actually kind of want me to hide it. So yeah, if your partner wants you to hide your relationship, it's bad. People, remember that.
Yeah, that's also bad too.
Yeah. If
But
the,
it's good to be, like, outside in the real world holding hands, like, "Oh, yeah, this is my boyfriend," but in
mm.
social media, when you're like, "I need you to shut up. We're single still. Don't say anything
Yeah.
now."
Yeah. Hide relationship, red flag, exactly, Dizzy. But showing off too much, yeah. Know your limits, basically. For me, I think with my relationship currently, I only started posting when we were close to getting engaged. Cause yeah, I believe in that curse.
Mhm.
I'm superstitious like that, and like uh, while we're on the branch of social media thingy, also I think one of the things that ruin relationship is that letting other people's opinion in too much in
Mhm.
general.
Like I say to everyone, opinions are like assholes, everyone has one.
Yes.
So, everyone has a butthole,
So
just
yeah,
like their opinions.
what you gonna say? Pick the asshole. Pick the
Yeah.
butthole. Pick carefully, people. Pick the buttholes carefully.
Mhm. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, people's opinions or like some comparison. It also related to social media, like when you see cute TikTok videos and stuff and be like, how come you're not like this and stuff like that.
Yes, and people are bringing it up in my chat that monetizing the relationship is bad.
Ah, yes. It.
Like a good amount of family, YouTubes, and couples on social media are monetizing their relationship. It adds the component of work and PR to what sh- what should be intimidated and personal relationship,
Mm.
and it
And it's
creates a
like
dysphoria.
I like to see relationships like houses, you know. Actually, it's from Godman as well. It's like it's imagine yourself and your partner in a building. Then that foundation,
Mhm.
etc., is like your trust, etc. And then you know we have windows, we have doors, and then sometimes we let people look into our house from the window,
Mhm.
but careful who we let, like who we let in through the doors. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, and like by putting your relationship as a content, you're basically letting the door wide open.
Mm.
Or maybe the windows are legit, like there is no walls, it's just windows, you know?
Or a
So yeah.
glass house.
Yeah, yeah. Like you're not plants, people. Stop putting yourself in a
Mhm.
glass house.
And that also what ruins most relationships besides
Mm.
social media, trust and boundaries. Like if you do not have boundaries or trust in your partner, that will just you might as well just drop yourself off.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes
Or
people don't really know what boundaries are okay and stuff. Like, you know, alright, in the previous episode as well, I kinda wanna hear your answer on this. Shadows while we're at it.
Mhm.
Basically, you know, for relationships, we sometimes change ourselves a little to, like, you know, for our partner or for the relationship's longevity, right? But what do you think is the line between changing someone and no? Let's put it this way: what's the line between changing yourself for your partner and actually compromising for the relationship?
so compromising takes two because you have to agree on what is being, debated.
Mm-hmm.
But just outright changing, especially something quick, like uh so like I have someone that's like, "Oh, you need to speak Spanish more."
Oh.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, it takes time to learn that. We're not just going to learn it overnight. And it's like, okay, how about this? I will learn Spanish in the meantime. Okay, as long as you are patient with it, we're good. Then
Mm.
we'll have conversations in Spanish. It's
So
just
that.
it's because just outright changing someone can literally kill that person.
Mm,
And it
true.
because with all the burnouts and like you're basically devaluating your partner,
Mm,
and they want to be, there for you. They want, but you're making a what's it called? The ultimatum,
true.
which is not great. It's like me or your mom, you know,
Mm,
and you're like, I can't. I love you both, I can't choose one or the other.
true.
And it's like, okay, the compromisation. It's like, okay, I love you both. Can I, have you on these days and I have her on these days? That's compromising, which is nice. It's like, okay, I can deal with this
Yeah,
because
I gone.
you're giving them leeway to actually grow with
True.
compromisation.
Yeah,
Right
true.
there, when you're giving them the ultimatum, you're basically killing the relationship.
Yeah, I would say that, right, like compromising usually has at least a pinch of respect in it towards your
Mm,
partner, and changing means like you just don't respect them. You just want them to be some kind of an object, I would say.
mm.
Yeah, to fulfill your own needs when everyone has their own needs and stuff. But yeah, with that, I feel like, yeah, that's why I raised up social media right away. Because, yeah, when you see the grass is greener somewhere, sometimes, especially younger people, they'll be like, how come you cannot do this for me? How come you cannot do that?
Well, the thing is, with the grass is greener on the other side, it's because someone else is taking care of that.
Yeah. And like, we don't know how they take care of it. So, yeah. And like,
Mhm.
there's this, yeah, we talk about boundaries too. And like, that's what sometimes is scary about the relationship, I would say. Because our boundaries don't necessarily match our partners.
Mhm.
And that's where the whole compromising and negotiation work, I would say.
Mhm. Dad, uh, I have so many guy friends that have girls say that to them.
Like how?
You have it's me or your mom.
Ah,
I have so many dude friends that have to deal with that. It's like, okay, it's it. She's giving you ultimatum. Basically, it's not great. She's basically killing your relationship with her or your mom, which you can't have that.
I mean, in a way, it's true, right? Like, once you make your partner uncomfortable, are you. I mean, like, yes, sometimes we do need to be uncomfortable to grow. So it's not like I'm saying black and white, your partner should be comfortable all the time. But once they were put in a position like that, what makes you think your relationship's gonna work? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's very insecure of
Yeah.
the woman being like that.
Yeah, and
It's like
like, oh, yeah, go on.
and some people need to grow up first before they can get into a relationship.
True, but sometimes, I don't know, I said that at some point. Not in this room, maybe. But like, experience is like the worst teacher, but
Mhm.
they're the most useful. So sometimes, yeah, I did talk about it with my husband before. Like, do you wish that you dated earlier, like when we are still in school, for instance? And like for him, it's a no. But then for me, I don't know. My crushes didn't like me back in the day, so I do that. But I feel like, yeah, sometimes it's best to do all the dumb things when you were younger, no,
Mhm.
and learn from it. But yeah,
Yes, because pain is the perfect teacher.
yeah. But
All right,
yeah,
Kylie, get your long rest.
or shadows might stab you if you don't rest.
Shh, they should not know that yet.
Hmm. All right. Yeah. So like, in case of like differing boundaries, right?
Mhm.
How do you think is the best way to manage it? Especially like, in a non-relationship ruining thing. I mean, of course, we don't try to change people and we try to compromise, but then, sometimes in my case, I feel like sometimes we disagree with like, okay, this is kind of dumb, but basically, like, we go back to the relationship being a house with a window and doors.
Mhm.
And then sometimes, okay, I can be insecure. Sometimes there are people who just pass by outside of the house, they don't even take a peek, but I get bothered by that. You know what I mean?
You want to be known.
No, more like, I don't want them to even pass by, kind of thing.
So you
Like,
just want to scream at them and be like, "Get off my lawn."
yeah. Like my husband describe it is like, oh, like my dog's Rocky. Every time people pass by, he go crazy. And my husband be like, are you trying to be Rocky right now? Then I'm like, I don't know. You always joke that Rocky keep the house safe, so that's silly,
Well, the
but yeah.
thing is, is it's scientifically proven that the pet parent puts their personality on the dog. So Rocky is a small version of you.
Oh no, I'm feeding my dog anxiety. and insecurity. Yeah. But yeah, in all seriousness, sometimes yeah, there are people that, let's say my partner feels fine with them passing by or like take a pic or something, but I'm like about it. Have you ever had something like that?
Mm,
Okay.
not necessarily, because I'm usually the one that goes out of my boundaries. I
Mm.
risk it for the biscuit.
On the site, yeah,
Because
on my chat, you can hear crazy barkings. It's like, yeah, basically I recorded Rocky's barks and like put it as my channel redeem. So I got spooked by it just now. Go on, Shadows.
usually I'm the one that steps out of my boundaries.
Stretch!
Because I'm
Stretch!
not gonna risk it for the biscuits. Because fortune favors the bold, and that's very true.
But
Because
we,
sometimes you're like,
I'm sorry. It's just that,
酒飲まずにはいられない
oh, I just realized now that my alerts are all so damn loud. But yeah. Uh, and then basically the boundaries that I'm trying to talk about right now is more on the relationship thing. Cause like yeah, sure, in life sometimes we need to like get over our fear and like cross the field.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like when it comes to like relationship thingy, like what is good and what is acceptable and what is not. Let's say if your values kind of differ with your partner, how do y'all determine the boundaries within like outside that the boundaries that protect the relationship itself? If
So it's okay to set rules
mm-hmm.
because sometimes rules are meant to be followed, sometimes to be broken. But it's a learning curve.
Uh-huh.
It, it's like a. I'm gonna go back to the dancing metaphor that I always
Mm-hmm.
keep going to because
You like dancing?
yeah, because if you really think about it, you have to be in the same mindset, even knowing you came from two different backgrounds.
Mm.
And it's okay you step on each other's toes or one falls and the other follows. It's just that it's try and error until you get your technique down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of footwork.
Yeah.
You gotta put the effort in it.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, I can do this. You can do that. I respect that, but it's not gonna work. So we have to find something else to compromise that. And I will compromise for you.
Oh, yeah, basically back to a compromise, right?
Hmm. So, like I said, it takes two to tango, or back to the dancing metaphor. It's like that. You're always going to be dancing with someone.
Mm-hmm. And basically, sometimes what ruins the relationship is that when they don't dance with their partner and they trying to like cross the line on their own.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like basic early discussions before you set out for the world is important, and maybe some people
Hmm.
forget that.
Basically, slow down. Don't rush to the honeymoon phase, because once
Mm-hmm.
that honeymoon phase is over, and
That's where
you
the
don't
real
know what.
deal.
Yeah, that's where the hard shit comes in,
Yeah,
and
the
then
real deal's
you
at.
may not. Yep, and you may not like it because you rushed it. Just take baby steps. It's okay.
Mm.
You guys have all the time you need.
Yeah. Shadows advice, everybody. But yeah, I think it's better for our relationship to not go to social media yet as well. Back to the main
Mhm.
point. Yeah.
Yep.
The curse exists, people.
Mhm.
Okay, shall
That's a good
we?
point, Jared.
Yeah.
Building boundaries are meant to neutralize regular conflict. Hmm.
Oh, what you think about that?
Well, it is true because boundaries are meant to keep things intact.
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to somewhat protect more than attack.
Hmm. To help to prevent war.
Yeah. But if it's like a barbed wire that end up nicking your own skin,
Hmm.
that's when things need to be evaluated again, I guess.
Yeah.
I would say I love that we don't go straight to, there's still some people who believe that romance movies and Disney movies are what ruins relationship. What do you think about that in general?
So those are very high expectations for relationships. I know you want your Prince Charming to come get you with your glass slippers. That's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. It's not reality. That's why it's a fairy tale.
Actually, the point that I'm trying to get to is that I don't know, blaming so-called romantic movies for like a failure of relationship might be the reason why some people shouldn't be in relationship yet.
Hmm. And that's due
Cause
to high expectations.
yeah, either because of the high expectation or like on my case, based on my observation, sometimes there are guys who just don't wanna try. Okay, this is
Hmm.
gonna like step on some toes if I don't elaborate properly and carefully. Cause like I'm not saying that oh yeah we girls are worth it like y'all should fight for us all the time or something like that. I'm not trying to say that. I believe relationships are all about like putting things on the table, regardless of the gender and orientation and stuff like that. So, it's just that yeah, some romance movie has some kind of weird ideals,
Hmm.
but some romance movies, even like let's say Korean dramas where all the romance are at least for me growing up,
I know all about them.
yeah, right, like. I mean, in a way, it feels like, oh, they're poor, then some rich guy likes them, and then suddenly they,
Hmm.
But then when you see it, right, the girls in those, the main characters, right, always are
Hmm.
girls who are, let's say, they're not rich, but they have conviction. They're not rich, but they work hard. Like, they're not rich, but
Hmm.
they're not greedy because they're not rich and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, for girls who think that, oh, I can just be the way I am and like some prince will come, that's stupid.
Yes.
But at the same
Once
time,
again, high expectations.
yeah. So I'm saying that not all romance movies are bad, okay? Some actually have like legit, I don't know, lessons? I hate to say this.
There's this one movie that's they were so patient. So they're what was it called? It was about where someone was in the past and someone was in the future.
Is it the something
Um,
something spotless mind?
no.
Oh no.
So it was like they put letters in this one mailbox, and that letter would go back to the future or the past, depending who wrote it.
Dang, that's
Like,
familiar.
and so they were patient. They're like, okay, you got to meet me here at this place at this time, and they were so patient about it. And at the end of the story, they actually met from through all that agony because he was like 20 years uh in the past.
Oh. It sounds
It's just
like
like,
it's a movie, right? Is
yeah,
it
it's a movie.
is it anime?
No,
Oh, it's
no, no,
not.
no, no. It's a
Western?
like an early no, it's like an early 2000s. Carlson's movie.
Mm.
It's a romance movie.
The Lake House?
It sounds
Think
familiar.
that.
Yeah, maybe.
Things like that. Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock. I'm sorry if I say that
That's
wrong. Bullock.
yeah, that sounds familiar. Hold on, I gotta look at it.
Yeah, look it up. It's fine. Men can get complacent, so it becomes oh wait, let me scroll up properly.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh
Thank you.
yeah,
Mhm.
dang. Men can get complacent, so it becomes stuck in situations where ideal and reality starts to drag and leads to bigger issues if not addressed. Oh, that's what Sing said on my chat.
Mhm. Yeah.
Complacence, huh? Well, if I wanna say it in one sentence, we people have our own issues. And while we don't put it
Mhm.
aside or like try to work on it, yeah, things are gonna be sucky. That's it.
Mhm. And Dad brought up another good thing is people search for the green flags too much. It's more realistic that you will get relationships with someone who has bad habits or two. It informs the relationship early on your ability to resolve conflict rather than avoid it and chase green flags. High expectations.
Oh yeah, which reminds me of, you know how some people on the early relationship stage they will act like they're the best person ever, like they only show their best self.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a common human thing. So I used to watch a lot of cinema therapy on YouTube, and the psychologist guy there said that, like, before you really settle in a relationship, make sure you've been with them for at least 3 months. But that's not like, so for instance, let's say you still live with your parents, so you only meet them on the weekends for, let's say, 2 to 4 hours. Make sure
Mm-hmm.
that 3 months is like the duration of your meeting. So that means it's gonna be, dang, I cannot do maths. So instead of saying that, oh, from January to March, it becomes more because, like, if you only meet on weekends for 4 hours, which means eight hours per week times
Mm-hmm.
4, 32. Yeah, I hope you get what I mean. Do you get what I mean, Shadows?
Yes.
Yeah, like make sure that that 3 months is not your 3 months of being, oh, we are a girlfriend boyfriend now, but actually 3 months of y'all interacting with them.
Like I
Yeah.
said earlier, you just need to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Don't rush.
Because like the true colors don't come out until that 3 months of interaction,
Mm-hmm.
apparently. And
Don't
yeah,
rush to the honeymoon.
yeah, and sometimes there's this like what do you call it? Like, in the long run, your best self cannot come up all the time, so there is worse self too. So be careful of what kind of best self you show early in the relationship, especially if you just do it to woo the partner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes people be all grandiose and stuff and they cannot keep up. It kinda ruins the relationship, I would say. It's kind of vain. Yeah, we talk about vanity here.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because I remember back in high school, there's this guy who always changed girlfriends every other month or so. And like it feels like, because my school was small, it seems like he's ever dated like almost everyone except for me
Mm-hmm.
and other classmates because we know his habits. So it's usually juniors and stuff. And yeah, every time he started dating someone, everything's so grandiose and stuff. Like he freaking like treated us all for Pizza Hut and stuff like that. And like I don't know what's the that's not what makes relationship last, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I do love my free pizza, but
Mm. Just you guys gotta slow down.
yeah.
I swear. It's worth it.
And don't rely on social
Time.
media.
Yeah. You guys gotta slow down. Learn to dance. Truly.
Isa is like, damn, why you want free pizza as well, Isa? I also wanted. That was one of the fondest high school memory I have.
Oh, and dates, not particular like dating one person, just going on dates with other people. It's meant to be fun,
Mm.
you know. It's supposed to be an experience. Like you meet this one dude and you're like, "Oh, I'll give him a shot. Let's go on a date." And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, "Yeah." It's meant to be fun. It's mostly supposed to create a connection instead of,
Oh,
you know, instead of you getting a free meal out of it or you need to pay for all of this or
yeah. Reminds me, yeah. It's also like that kind of dating thing also raises the whole boundaries thing all over again. Cause
mm,
like, okay, I met my husband on a dating app, okay? When I was here.
okay.
I thought I really went there. Okay, this sounds very cliche and very stupid, and some of my viewers would say like, "Oh, shut up." But yeah, I really went in there because my college, they were either full of what I feel like they're nerds or they're just
Mhm.
weirdos like the incel that I talked about earlier. So I thought like, oh, after dumping my ex finally, he went MIA on me. So I thought like, oh, I'm stressed. I'm done stressing about this. Goodbye. I went
Mhm.
on Bumble and I thought like, yeah, let's get to know new guys that are outside this classroom, obviously. And that's how and that's how I met my husband. And I'm like, I do know that when people use dating app and they let's say they go on first dates or second date, as long as the dating apps are still up, they're still
Mhm.
free to see others. But then I know that after hearing my success story, my cousin actually tried that as well. And I mean, long story short, they did get married in the end, but I do know that she got mad at the guy for seeing someone else, even though it was just like the second date or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, shudders, but people be
Well, the
people.
thing is, so you know how you met your husband on Bumble?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I met my partner on Call of Duty.
What? No wonder that's the first thing you say. It like make sure you play Call of Duty with your partner. What the heck?
Oh god. It was great. And that's what I mean by throwing a goddamn rock at them, because he was so goddamn oblivious to me liking him.
But it's true. It's. I mean, if it's dating app, you do meet the person face to face. So in the end, that's my husband's way of throwing a rock. Cause I legit like I liked him, but um, it didn't register to me that he will like me back. So yeah, he must throw the rock on my face.
Mhm.
But then for when it
Yeah.
comes to gaming, yeah, it's more difficult, isn't it? Unless you're very direct.
Yes, you
Exactly, Dizzy. The play Call of Duty
everyone should
advice
agree. Yep,
gets a
agree
whole
uphold
another
a
look.
better place. So yeah, 'cause Jesus, 'cause, everyone you get the greasiest, nerdiest part of them. Yep, exactly. You get all of them right there, because they are trying to be themselves, trying to, meet people,
Mm-hmm.
have fun, be a team player, and it's just like I don't know, it's just fun. Sure, in real life, I can be like, "Oh, yeah, I met this one dude on Call of Duty,
Mm-hmm.
and he's cute, he didn't even know what he fucking looks like, just goes by his voice." I'm like, "He sounds cute. Wonder what he looks
Oh.
like," you know? For the longest time, didn't know what he looked like and everything, then we started chatting on Skype, that's how old I am.
Oh.
Um, because everyone use Discord now. No more Skype.
I still use Skype
Yeah.
for job interviews sometimes.
I use that Teams thing for meetings. But yeah, it's just like, oh, okay. Don't know what he looks like, but I do like his personality because it's there. He doesn't know what I look like, so there's no basing the book by its cover, you know?
Mm,
You're actually just opening it up and reading the insides. But yeah, and the funny thing is that when I do meet my friends that I game with,
mm-hmm,
usually we will meet up at a convention.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's how I usually meet all my online friends is it's like, okay, we all get here right here at this convention
Okay.
and we meet up. And
You met him?
that's what happened. Yeah, that's how I met him in real life.
Gamers. Did you
Yep,
hear
gamers will be
that?
gamers.
Don't be toxic in games and you might get yourself some partner.
Well, the thing is I was toxic.
Okay, so be yourself.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Be yourself and
Just
have fun.
so, yeah.
That's interesting. Dang.
Mm.
I'm not that much of a gamer. Maybe that's why I cannot imagine myself finding someone from games, but yes. But yeah.
Yes, Skype fumble the bag.
Okay.
But yeah.
We should try to circle back into the question.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For social media and the boundaries and expectations, etc., that comes with it, the lack of boundaries, I mean, and uh, rushing on the honeymoon period, or like, oh wait, like people who go on relationship just because their friends or family are doing it for competition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a bad start too. But yeah, mostly social media.
Yeah. Goddamn social media, Facebook.
Dang it.
I want my MySpace back. I want Tom back. Tom was my only friend. My only true friend.
I was a Friendster kid.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Have you heard of a Gaia Online?
I have, but when I grew up, my parents don't really let me play games and stuff. So yeah,
Mm.
my first online game was probably something for Barbie, from Barbie.com or like Pet
What about
Society.
Neopets?
Neopets, I think I played at some point. Yeah,
Okay.
you're judging me right now.
Hmm.
I can feel it.
No, I'm just getting nostalgia.
Is Neopets still on, by the way?
Yes.
Dang,
So is
maybe I should.
Gaia.
Maybe I should get back into it. Okay. But until then, next question.
Yes. Next question.
Okay. Serious replies only, they say. What's the worst relationship advice you've ever heard?
Oh God.
Maybe instead of ranking it. Oh my god, I got the rate. Thank you for the rate. Ah. Okay.
Let's go.
Maybe instead of ranking the choosing the one worst one, let's just throw in bad relationship advice. And then we can decide at the end which one is the worst.
Okay. Uh. uh see. Um. For bad relationship. Ugh. Ugh.
The one that I
Oh my god.
remember on top of my head actually came from my mom. She said basically that I should always be careful and stuff because guys cannot be trusted and stuff. So like I should make sure I have some kind of invisible leash to make sure my
Mhm.
husband's not gonna cheat on me and stuff.
Like, security?
I'm not sure what she meant by that because I immediately say, oh, actually, I feel like we've grown up, so we know what we are doing, and then she got mad because I'm being a smartass. But yeah,
Well, the worst relationship I gotten was
was
was that so if I so so if I liked the dude so much, I should have leg locked him.
ooh. But I feel like I've heard
And
something like that before.
so if you do not know what leg locking is, it's a it's like 18 plus thing.
So basically, just spread your legs for them and stuff.
No, basically, leg locking is when a woman literally locks her legs in to secure the mate and make sure it's
I'm
it's
like,
basically I'm trying to make it as light as possible.
okay.
I'm trying to make it like I'm talking to children. It's like
Put them in the
it's the birds
cage,
and the bees. Yeah.
and you put the birds and the bees in the cage.
Yep. You leg lock them, the birds and the
Okay.
bees.
Okay. Gosh. Oh, there's the whole like when you are still teenager and you need to test how much they
Mhm.
like you, so you be bratty and stuff, and see how far will they take you for it. Like, if you don't take me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Kind of feel,
Mhm.
or like,
Weston, we're on the worst relationship advice that we ever heard.
yeah,
Okay? Just baby trapping, yeah.
or like the whole like, the kiting, like it's like
Mhm.
RPG. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the tug of war, like you text them and then you stop texting them for a bit. But it's more
Mhm.
dating advice and relationship advice, isn't it?
There's
Hmm.
love bombing too, where you're like, "Oh, hey, I like you." Then ghost them for a bit, and you're like,
Yeah.
JK, I'm back. I still like you."
Ah.
Just to get something out of them.
Or like baby trap them and stuff.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, there is always this belief that you're not truly married until you have kids.
Um,
Like have a child, or like maybe your relationship is in problem. Maybe all you need is a kid.
or plant or dog.
But they always say it's a kid.
No, 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 no. You get a plant or a dog, and you'd be like, "Okay, take care of this." And if it dies, it's like, "Well, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't leg lock you."
Oh, now I. Oh shoot! Yeah, now I understand what you mean by that. It's
Mhm.
related to having kids, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
AKA baby trapping.
Yeah. Okay, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, okay, good.
We are in one. We are on the same path now. Oh, there's a
Yes.
whole like get married first as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, just get married first, and then you figure everything out later.
And dad brought up, to be mean to them translate to see how much they're willing to put up with abuse.
Yeah. Like, if you love me, it's back to the quote of, like, if you cannot love me on my worst, you cannot love me on my best. You don't deserve me at my best and stuff. This is not really advice, more like, you know how it's something that people use to convince themselves. Maybe it's something like, you can fix him. You know, we just need more patience and stuff. They're gonna get better with the power of love.
Power, love, and friendship.
Oh, there's this
So I
thing too.
have another one
Okay, yeah.
where there's this one. It says, all you have to do is to prove to the woman is that you're better than the man if she's with. She will come running.
You stop. We are not animals.
We are primates.
I guess, but at the same time, you know, we have new brains that don't, you know, that can fight against the primate brains, you know. Yeah. Or like, you know, back in school, you know, if he bullies you, maybe it's because he likes you.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
Oh,
stressing.
to be young again.
This is stressing me out. Not gonna lie. Who chose this question, huh? I did.
Yeah, you did. Self-sabotage.
Yeah.
You're like the meme where the guy's riding a bike and put the stick in his own wheel.
Okay, shall we jump to the last question of the day then? Which is the exact opposite of this one. What's the most real relationship advice you can give, Shadows? In 3, 2, 1, go!
The most base thing I can give?
The real one.
Okay.
Most real.
Real one?
Yeah.
The most real?
Yeah.
Okay. The most real advice I can ever give someone is uh is to be patient. Just take your time with them. No, I'm sure there is times where death will greet your partner or you beforehand, but you always gotta cherish the time you have with everyone. You gotta take your baby steps before the honeymoon. I swear, it's worth it. Knowing it may be tedious and stuff, or unpleasing. It's just you gotta you just gotta slow down. Actually, make your time well spent. I know everything's meant to be going fast and fast and fast. You know, it's the pace of the world, but you need to slow down. And you gotta nurture the hobbies too and the interests, because without that, that won't be the fun, the foundation of the relationship to grow. Because you need good soil for the garden to grow.
Yeah.
But
Real.
yeah, that's the basest thing I can give you. Is to slow down,
Yeah.
spend your time, make sure your grass is well maintained.
True that.
Because someone could be like, "Hey, I like your yarn. It's fucking green."
Can I come over?
No, it's fine.
Something like that.
You can just admire it from your side. It's not hard work.
I guess riding on that, my advice would be like, have a better relationship with yourself before you seek for a good relationship with others, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Love basically for you to love someone else, you gotta love yourself first.
I have mixed feelings with that quote though, to be honest. Cause like,
Ah,
mm,
that's
I
also
like, I mean, there are people who are capable to love others because they don't love themselves well. Speaking from experience, dun dun dun.
but there'll be a time where you have to love yourself for
Yeah,
the other person to grow, or for you to grow for that other person.
yeah, I guess that, but yeah, basically, I think a better way to say it is more like, um, balance loving yourself and loving the other person. There are
Ah,
people who legit don't wanna go into relationship because they don't feel ready. But like, when can I don't believe in their like metric so-called metric system.
mm-hmm.
So like, when do they actually gonna feel ready? Who knows about that? Like, until now, sometimes I still feel like I fall short in terms of relationship and stuff. But yeah,
Don't worry,
sometimes
nobody's ready.
right. Sometimes you just gonna do it. So the whole like, love yourself first before you love others might stop people on their tracks is what I feel.
Mm-hmm. But you gotta really think about it. Life is very situational.
Yeah, assess before
This is
progress.
yes. Dad said, I think it's closer to knowing yourself than loving yourself.
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Real? That's real.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Dad.
Thank you. But yeah, I think knowing oneself is also part of loving oneself, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you gotta appreciate the needy and the greedy of oneself. Like you're bad and you're good.
That's
You gotta take it
something
all in.
that's something I need to take note of myself, yes.
Because there are people out there that will understand you more than you think.
Mhm.
So you gotta be true to yourself. Because the more you're true to yourself, it will bring in the universe has a weird way to gift those kind of people uh what they want the most. It's like, oh, you want good friends?
Mhm.
Okay, I need you to be true to yourself and I will bring them to you.
Ah, right. It's like you you attract things that you are or something like that.
Or what you want the most, yes.
Yeah.
Because
That
that's why I tell people they need to be true to themselves.
mhm. I agree. Oh my god. This is the last
Another
question.
raid.
Yeah. This is the last question, people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a roller coaster. I kind of like how, we started kind of awkward, I would say,
Uh-huh.
with us like being lost and stuff like that. And we were not sure like what we should convey in a way. But like now, it's basically just us like, rolling with it and like, spitting facts.
Mm-hmm. Because from what people say, I am the pretty iron lady, the paladin of the baseness.
Yeah, check out Paladin, people.
And from you, I am your emotional support paladin.
Yeah, I go to Paladin to ask about like, life stuff in general. Yeah, and that's why you're here. You need to like spread your teaching.
And that's the thing. That's why my catchphrase is, if you need my aid, I will always be here.
Aww.
And the thing is when it comes to I'm always here, is literally I'm at the last point you saw. Because like we can literally drop everything here. You go off and do your thing, I go off and do my thing,
Mm-hmm.
and we can come back to the same spot and it would like be never like it never happened. Like we pick up.
Yeah. Well, for those who just came here, uh, from previous rate, if you still stay, thank you for staying and like welcome to Galaxy Teen. I'm like for most of y'all, maybe you have visited me when I'm playing games, but bi-weekly I try to invite friends and we talk about life stuff because Reddit, am I right, is a reliable source to learn about humans. At least that's
Mhm.
what this alien thinks. I know some humans will disagree, but yeah. So I go through Reddit, I look for stuff to talk about, I put it on slides, and yeah, we just try to yammer on it. Cause yeah, everyone's experiences are unique and I kinda wanna know more for my own better like I wanna better myself, so I wanna talk to a lot more people, gain more perspective, so we all can like live a better life. Like I hope the sessions have been helping and like helping as well for y'all. Maybe for unwinding after a long night, after stream care and stuff like that. And I think I'll slowly try to convert the footages from this Galaxy Tea Time and put it on Spotify. But yeah, it's still in my mind. I don't know if I'm gonna do it soon. But yeah.
Do it. Do it.
And like thank you for listening so far. I mean for those who wanna see the previous episodes, I uploaded clips on my YouTube and like uh oh wait, yeah, I don't have Spotify thing link yet because I haven't uploaded it. But yeah, that's the previous episodes. And then there is the I use threads and like I try to get back into TikTok even though making shorts is difficult and like yeah, Shadows, do you wanna tell people about your stream now?
Um you know I'm not good at self gratification here.
Uh just just tell them what you do.
I am the pretty lady in the armor. I stream variety stuff. It, it's an honor to be on Galaxy Tea Time.
Yeah.
I do like my coffee. I like coffee better than tea, but that's a different thing. Um, but yeah, I have a variety of streams from first person shooters to horror to playing the Magic the Gathering on spell table. You know, to shoot the shit with friends, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. I don't care about fucking money. I'm just here. I want to make new friends.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm also variety. I usually play games that catch my eyes. I'm bad at FPS, so I haven't touched it. Dizzy sent me a fart and I got spooked. And like dang it. And yeah, I do bi-weekly podcast mostly about human nature currently. I wanna move more into like mental health and stuff as well, but for now, I'm having fun. I'm trying to like firm up my footing on like where the direction of the tea time will be. But yeah, and like, my next stream is actually tomorrow. I have Stardew Valley with a few friends. We call it a vibe farm. I'll just like today, if you want to check shadows, you see on my title, there's a link over there. I put under the after the ad. You see that? You see that? Click that.
Mhm. Yeah.
And like, yeah, feel free to follow if you wanna see how bad I am at Stardew tomorrow. I'm even bad at casual games, but yeah, it's my. I think tomorrow will be my fourth time playing it. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The greatest
Anything?
experience is to have fun.
Yeah. Anything you wanna add? Shadows. Before we end, I must think of who to rate currently.
Um, it's okay to make mistakes,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I feel like we
no
should
matter how.
reiterate that. Like we talk about siblinghood and stuff, and like
Mhm.
yeah, remember whoever you are, you have like you might be the oldest, you might be the youngest, you might be the only child. If you don't know, or if you don't remember, remember that you are loved, you deserve things, deserve good things, and break the
You're
chain.
not a burden.
You're
Yeah,
not a
break the
burden.
chain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because, like, once you love yourself, things will look up. I mean, I'm saying that mostly to myself, but yeah.
Mm. It's like Gordon Ramsay with the two pieces of bread. Like, what are you? An idiot sandwich.
Wait, where are we going from?
But
Where are we going with that?
hold on, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
But it's gonna be like you cup your hands on their face, like say, "What are you?
Not a
Not a
burden.
burden."
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I was going with.
Yeah. Alrighty. I think yeah, like thank you everyone for the rate, for like sitting by, maybe you're lurking and then trying to unwind. I hope we help you unwind, or like, we don't want to give like existential crisis for no reason, but I hope we help you unwind. I hope you did have fun listening to us.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'm going to rate out to a friend. Like when I say that we are new friend, we actually like get along pretty well. And yeah, she's one of the people who no, she's the host of the Stardew Farm tomorrow. So yeah,
Mhm.
we're gonna check her out. I'm so glad you can pop into Ripstar. Thank you, Shadows, once again for joining me today. I know you just returned from work like a few hours ago.
I'm never done working.
And yeah, thank you everyone. Like see you tomorrow if you can catch my stream. If life is on the way, it's okay. Life be life, am I right? Remember you are loved, you are
Mhm.
not a burden. Shadows is a good person, a good older sister vibes going on over here. So yeah, check her out. Check everyone out on the chat.
Mm.
Life do be life. Exactly, Ron. Exactly. I'm setting up my rate. Is it set up? Oh, it is setting up.
It is set up.
Thank you everyone for joining the rate. If you have time, there's a rate message for you to like copy paste. But if you don't have time, just tell them we are rating, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charge.
Thank you again, everyone, and Shadow. And we'll see you
Mhm.
again soon.
All right. Yeah.
Bye.